Novelty comedy songs, organic, handmade with painstaking care, put into every note. Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later. Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
Idiot Boogie Bumper. Idiot Boogie Bumper. Idiot Boogie Bumper. Idiot Boogie Bumper. Idiot Boogie Bumper.
He's really giving that one a workout. Come on.
DLive.tv/JJ Stoner. And we love JJ here on the show.
It's the JJ Stoner Spring Collection. The perfect attire for any and every occasion you can think of this season. Like when you're in the mosh pit full of sweat and everyone's slapping, hitting, and pulling on you. This shit won't rip! Lunch at your favorite cafe? Brunch with the girls? These stylish ensembles will give you the confidence you need to look and feel your best. Or if you're getting arrested for possession, it comes with a built-in police stick-proof body armor. Keep swinging, pigs! Call now, and your order will come with a complimentary ounce of that dankest bubblegum slurricane that the South has to offer. Don't forget the wall tapestry! If you need to cover your wall, it works!
Hello, my name is Frozen Asian, and I'd like to tell you about my show, The Sunday Night Shit Show, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Along with good conversations and laughing at funny and weird shit we find on the internet, we also have the Hat Cam, where I showcase my myriad of great-looking hats. Here is a testimonial from a great friend of mine who has enjoyed my hats lately.
I hope your next hat is a bullet. Jesus Christ, what are you, fucking Asian Dick Tracy? What's wrong with you? Why do you have to ruin my evening? Like, I was just gonna listen to my buds do their show, and you just gotta do that. You do the show without the hat.
So you're not enjoying it?
No!
Dude, Asian
come
Dick
on,
Tracy.
secretly you enjoy it.
You look like you're going undercover in Argentina, but it's not working.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, come on, you secretly love it.
No, I openly hate it.
And there you have it. So subscribe to the Sunday Night Shit Show at youtube.com/Sunday Night Shit Show. And hope to see you there on Sunday nights. Bye.
Feeling depressed? Need someone to tell you it's not okay? Do you like goth public access TV? Then join me for The Big Empty every Sunday at noon. Major_Tom on DLive, with zeros for O's, because everything in your life is that difficult.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us boobies. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi.
This just in. The global officials that can help all, also known as Got You, have now banned all boogieing and boogie-related movements worldwide. Public safety is the main concern, they say, and people are reminded that boogieing is contagious. Anyone caught boogieing will be dealt with in the harshest terms police have reported. More at 11.
Sometimes this world can get you down. There's just one thing you can do. You gotta get back up and shake it all around. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight. No one's gonna tell me how to boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight.
Patriots, this is your favorite Southerner, Doc Martin. Just wanted to remind you to put on your calendars to join me and your favorite ne'er-do-well Yankee, Phil D'Angelo, on Saturday nights, beginning with Promises Kept at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by The Speakeasy with all of your favorite Patriots. You never know what we might cuss and discuss.
That's right, Doc Martin. This is everybody's favorite Yankee, Phil D'Angelo speaking. And on Saturday night, we could have Kimmy, Y-Censored, affectionately known as Electrolux, the original Grandma, UK Neil, Rusty and his famous sound test show, Coffee Talk with Sandra, Earth Citizen, Stefan, the infamous Grandma Sears, Mac Daddy may even make a show up, or virtually anyone else in the world for some irrelevant fun.
Yankee, you mean some irreverent fun. So be sure to join us on Twitch, Periscope, D-Live, or YouTube.
That's right, Doc. Follow us at Winning TV on all of those channels.
So be sure and put it on your calendar. We'll be looking for you. We'll leave the porch light on.
I still think it's irrelevant fun.
But why you farming for coins when you'll have a heavy bag?
We have a very big push on to have auto plants and other plants, many other plants. You're not being singled out, believe me, Mary, I promise. But to have a lot of plants from a lot of different items built in the United States. And it's happening.
Okay, Periscope is down apparently. In my feed, I'm only seeing 2 people streaming, and they were streaming before we started, so apparently there's an issue. There's nothing I can do. It's trying to load it, but there's nothing I can do. Right? Everybody else is fine. So we got yeah, usually I got more than this, but I've only got 3, and it's the same 3 before we started. So, which is weird. It's not my end. Trust me. I got four streams going right now, and Periscope's the only one that's not working. Oh, I'm not saying Periscope's not working. It could be something wrong with live broadcasting right now. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find out what's wrong with this, but it's nothing I can do. I've reset it 3 times and it still says I'm resetting it one more time, but I didn't go anywhere, but stay home. So, all right, let's try to reset it again. Sorry, I'm trying to reset it one more time to see if it works. Authorize. Who would have thought that? Doc, you're over the top. I would have never thought. Yeah, that's true. There are some passionate people. There are some passionate people that are not fun right now. So, I got Periscope fixed. All I did was turn it off again. Oh. I turned it off again and turned it back on. That's all I did. I've been doing that for... Why? I've been doing that for the first 10 minutes, so I've been turning it off and turning it back on, and it just started working, so I don't know. Yeah. Oh, shit.
You see de Blasio and his wife take their private dance at the Times Square?
Yeah, I saw it.
Tone deaf, isn't he? That is the height of hubris. I'm just saying.
Thank you for the Diamond Coffee Talk with Sandra.
Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Well, Sandra says can't hear Doc at all.
Huh. That's amazing.
Really? We gotta stop that.
Here's an opener video for you.
Bill. Huh?
Here's an opener video for you. Good way to start off 2021.
Anyone who's
all kinds of problems.
China, Russia, Cuba, or North Korea can see writing on the wall. In 1963, the communist goals to overthrow the United States were entered into congressional record. They stated, capture one or both of the political parties, infiltrate the press, gain control of key positions in radio, TV, and motion pictures. After this election, it's pretty clear these goals have been achieved. And the more you look into it, the more you see that all roads lead to China, or more specifically, the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP.
And just like that, I'm working for the Chinese again.
Including AMC theaters and legendary film studios. You got it, the CCP. Guess who pays millions of dollars to mainstream newspapers, including the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, to publish their propaganda? The CCP. And guess who's given the Biden family billions of dollars? Yes, the CCP. Now do you see why Biden is the media's darling? On the contrary, who's been the biggest thorn in the CCP's side? Who stood up to their abusive trade policies and slapped them with billions of dollars in tariffs? Who dismantled their stranglehold on manufacturing and brought American factories and jobs back home? Who stopped the pillaging of U.S. intellectual property? Who put serious penalties in place for violating religious freedoms? And finally, who had the guts to call a spade and rightfully point a finger at the CCP for concealing a virus that has crippled our entire world? President Trump. Now do you understand why they hate him so much? They've been coming after America, coming after you and I for decades, and their plan was basically complete. That is, until President Trump got in their way. Right now, we're in a battle for our republic. The enemy is already inside the gates. Even those we thought we could trust have turned on us. They're not fighting with guns and bombs, no, but with words, ideas, and narratives. Because what they're fighting for are our minds. In 1956, communist leader Khrushchev said, "We will take America without firing a shot. We do not have to invade the U.S. We will destroy you from within." I hope you can see now that the invisible enemy is communism, and the most deadly virus is the Chinese Communist Party. It sneaks into a country through the vices of corrupt politicians, businessmen, and people with power and influence. It rips through cities and towns, bodies and minds, leaving no stone unturned, no soul untouched, and a trail of death and destruction in its wake. It sows its seeds by convincing us that lies are truth, evil is good, and hatred is love, that division is unity, and that our enemies are each other. Man versus woman, rich versus poor, black versus white, left versus right. It takes root when we feel helpless, afraid, and alone. It erases our history and slanders our forefathers, and teaches our children to hate themselves, their families, and their country. It ridicules our beliefs, undermines our values, and attacks our way of life. It even demands that we kneel down in shame. But we will not be ashamed. It can't pull the wool over our eyes anymore, because we know who we are. We fought to escape tyranny. We bled to end slavery. We revere the brave men who died to secure our freedom. We welcome people of all races and religions. We love our neighbors. We help the poor. We cherish our families. We work hard for what we have. We unite in times of hardship. We know good from evil and truth from lies. And we know that our rights don't come from the government, but from God. And we will fight to the death to protect those rights. The time ahead is critical. We, the people, need to call upon our president to defend us from enemies, foreign and domestic, and uphold his oath. For the time being, we still have free press and free speech at our fingertips. But if we don't grab hold of them now, we'll lose them forever.
Thank you for the lemon sweat sandwich.
Honest media companies like OAN, Newsmax, and the Epoch Times will guide us out of the darkness, while mainstream media will only drag us further down. It's time to stop giving them our money, our attention, and our minds. Unlike their Facebook pages, unsubscribe from their emails, unfollow them on Twitter, delete their apps, and stop visiting their websites. Support the countless patriots who've gone through hell and high water to get this information to you. Like their content, subscribe to their channels, share their videos, spread their message. Stop using Google search. Google is censoring every result and robbing you of your right to know the facts. Start using DuckDuckGo and compare them. You'll be shocked. Get off Twitter and Facebook and switch to Parler. Join millions of patriots who have already turned their backs on these toxic companies who dare silence our voices. Join the millions of patriots who are standing up and rallying across the country, demanding justice and rejecting communism. Our enemies snuck in during the night and tried to use the media to lull us to sleep while they stole our country. But instead, they awoke the sleeping giant. We see them for who they are now. And they'll never be able to fool us again. They tried to trigger a great reset, but instead, they triggered a great awakening. We will not look back 5 years from now and tell our children that we did nothing as our nation was stolen. We will tell them that we fought for and won our freedom just like our forefathers in 1776. America is the last bastion of freedom in the world. We are the only remaining threat to the CCP virus. If we fall, the world will fall. But we will not fall. It's time to stand with our founding fathers and to invoke the power of we the people and the power of God. We are the Patriots.
Oh, it ended. That was abrupt. Welcome aboard, people on Periscope. Don't forget, Periscope will, obviously everybody gets that notification that Periscope will be shutting down here on March 31st. But we'll probably take off from that in March. I'm going to try to get a channel over at Pure Social instead. Periscope is integrating into Twitter, which is not going to be good. We'll lose our account and our Twitter accounts all in one fell swoop. So that's probably why they're doing that. It makes no sense to fold it all into one just to cut. I mean, they hire Indians to work for Periscope, so they're not paying them, but flip-flops and a bag of beans for a month. So it's just so that they can get rid of your Twitter account and your Periscope account all in one neat package.
Is that a little on the racist side?
Racist? What's racist about that?
Flip-flops and some beans.
That's what Jack Dorsey pays him, a bag of beans and a pair of flip-flops every month.
But he just gives them a bag of chips, flakes, and calls them beans.
So I see channels over at Pure Social, so I'm going to try to set up for a channel over there. And in the meantime, you should sign up to DLive as well as a backup. YouTube, I don't know how much longer we will be broadcasting on YouTube because one more strike and we're out.
They're as bad.
Yeah.
And what about? We're on Twitch, aren't we?
We're on Twitch. We got a few people over at Twitch. But
Twitch isn't bad.
No.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
DLive right now is the preferred platform. They seem to let a few things go, so quite a few things.
A little more pro-free speech. We
yes,
like
and Pure Social, who knows, we may only end up on 2 because Twitch is starting to take the road of YouTube now, from what I'm hearing. So that might be another one that gets knocked out. So we might be just on Pure Social and DLive in the near future. Clout Hub, I don't know what happened with them.
I have not heard an update. I imagine it's taken a little bit to get all that up and running.
Yeah, IBM
if they were having to start from scratch.
Yeah, they took away their live stream, so I'm not going to wait for that. I'll go over the Pure Social and probably get rid of Periscope here in the near future. And prepare because YouTube might be gone too. One more strike and we're out.
Okay, well, we'll keep you abreast, but start looking to upload the platforms, Pure Social, Twitch, DLive.
Yep.
Start getting practiced if you aren't already. DLive is fun too because you can use all the little gifts and everything.
Martin, it's Pure, Pure Social. I think
yes.
Boogie Bumper is over there now, and he says they're great. So far,
Sandra, I believe, Coffee Talk with Sandra, I believe, did an interview. If you want to go back and look, with the gentleman that is the founder, I believe.
Oh, okay.
if you would join us.
Thank you for the follow, Boxes of Beauty. Oh, that sounds nice. Next one is, let's see what you sent me here. You sent me a whole bunch of stuff.
We had a whole lot go on, Yankee. You act like it's my fault, but I'm just the taskmaster. I'm not the one that sets the agenda. I believe that's our wonderful POTUS.
We might as well do all the election stuff first. And let's get that out of the way.
The so-called election results on November 3rd are puzzling to a lot of people. At least 75 million, but probably a lot more. That's because up until that point, all signs were that President Trump was set to win a historic victory over Joe Biden. And many still believe that's exactly what happened, even if the alleged vote counts tell a different story. Despite what the mainstream media has declared, President Trump was projected to win because he had ushered in an unprecedented era of prosperity for Americans from all walks of life. At the start of 2020, before the Chinese pandemic and Democratic governors devastated our nation, American optimism about the economy was at an all-time high. Unemployment was down to just 3.6%. The lowest in over half a century, with over 5.3 million new jobs created since Trump took office, including over 600,000 manufacturing jobs. And according to the Labor Department, there were 7.6 million job openings, an 18-year high. Unemployment for women was at its lowest rate in 65 years. And more African Americans, Asians, and Hispanics were successfully employed than at any other point in American history. And for the first time on record, there were more job openings than there were people who were looking for work. 157 million people, Americans of all colors and creeds and beliefs, were successfully working across the nation.
Wages are rising at the fastest pace in decades and growing for blue-collar workers who I promised to fight for. They're growing faster than anyone else thought possible. Nearly 5 million Americans have been lifted off food stamps.
This is not the legacy of someone who was handily defeated by a 47-year, lifelong politician whose only claim to fame is that he rode Obama's coattails for 8 years, selling out to China and building his family's wealth on the back of American citizens, and admitted on camera to bribing foreign officials to get them to stop investigating his drug-addicted son's corruption. And when you consider how many votes President Trump received this election, his supposed loss to bureaucratic Biden makes even less sense. This time around, President Trump picked up more votes than any other president running for re-election in American history. Compared to 2016, President Trump received 11 million more votes, which, when you look at Obama's re-election in 2012, he got 3.5 million fewer votes than he did when he ran in 2008. 3.5 million fewer votes for the man the socialist left claims to be the best president in American history. President Trump gained so many votes because his support with Americans from all backgrounds grew faster than anyone could have guessed. His support among black voters, who overwhelmingly vote Democrat, grew by 50% since 2016. Meanwhile, Biden's support among black voters fell below 90%. And historically, when that happens, a Democratic candidate loses the election outright. Hispanics also turned out in droves for President Trump, surging to over 35% and raising doubts as to whether Biden garnered the 60% that's mathematically necessary to win the election. You might have heard the phrase, "As Ohio goes, so goes the nation." Well, that's because in almost every recent election, whichever candidate Ohio goes for, that's the presidential winner. And for the last 168 years, since 1852, the only person to win Ohio, Iowa, and Florida, but lose the national election, has been Richard Nixon. That's how rare it is. And President Trump's support in these states actually grew since the last election. In fact, Trump's support grew all across the Midwest except for a sudden spike in a few key cities, which happened to be the exact ones Biden needed to win. Also unusual is that across the entire country, Biden only won 509 counties. Back in 2008, Obama won the election with some 873 counties. But both those numbers are absolutely dwarfed by President Trump, who on November 3rd won an astonishing 2,547 counties.
Thank you
and
for the
that's
sub,
on top
David.
Of major party victories in the House, as well as holding on to and even gaining seats in state legislatures. And yet somehow, we're still expected to believe Joe Biden got more votes than any president in history. For One America News, I'm Pearson Sharp.
I think the most glaring thing was election night when states stopped counting. That was, I've never seen that before. That was
Never
just
happened
odd.
before.
No.
And it was because he was getting votes in such overwhelming numbers they couldn't cheat fast enough to keep up. So it closed down and haul in a whole bunch more fake ballots and mess with the machines and hook up to the internet. And let's see, what else did they do? What did they not do would be a better question. And I am so excited because I believe it's about to be revealed very shortly. So
Here's a tweet
I'm very
from
excited, hopeful.
Carrie Kellerman. Oh my God, the Georgia witness that filmed ballots being shredded called 911 and no one came. When she went to the police precinct later, they said they were told not to respond to election-related calls. Okay.
Can you believe that? And then they finally went to the Secretary of State's office and she named off something else and still no response.
Here is
So, my statement, my question last night was if the courts deny to hear anything, which I'm still hopeful that there's going to be, I don't think they want to, I think they're trying to kick it away, but there could be some things that could transpire. But if our electors for any reason fail us, then it does leave us only one option. And I'm really hoping that we avoid that. I'm very, very hopeful.
Tricia Flanagan, more breaking news. Both White House and DOJ are now in possession of evidence from Nevada on voting data sent to Pakistan. Nevada Secretary of State has been caught sending data to Cavtech, which indicates Pakistani intel could manipulate votes. Stay tuned. This week will be, well, you got to have all that evidence displayed, I guess, on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, because the courts aren't going to do anything. I think I pretty much said that they weren't going to do
as they can.
I pretty much said they weren't going to do anything. So, and it doesn't look like the courts are going to do a damn thing. In fact, there was an interesting tweet about Stacey Abrams' sister is a judge who is presiding over a case in a Georgia election dispute and refuses to recuse herself.
Yeah, and then she ruled
in favor of Stacey.
That they were going to be able to allow, I can't remember what it was, but it was ludicrous, that they were going to be able to allow them to register and do all this stuff. Then she got so much backlash, she took part of it back, but left just enough to make it look like she was trying to do something to make it look, less biased, but it didn't really. So I cannot regurgitate all the details, but look it up. She retracted a little bit, but not enough. And now everybody knows. I told you, we covered it last week, I believe it was, that ever since Stacey Abrams lost and has not conceded the Georgia governorship, she's been very busy making deals
so that she could harvest ballots, and was quite successful in getting the Republican senators to work with her. So she's got problems. And now it looks like her sister may have too.
Well, the governor and a lot of Republicans worked with her and agreed to it, so don't know why they...
And they're all going to go down when it's... Because they're the ones that have been fighting so hard, and is that like that one girl that we played that one week that was so incredulous. She was on, like the first week that they did some of the testimony and stuff, and she just kept going after the girl, get more indignant, and just could not contain herself. They are shocked that we have not given up and just accepted our defeat. They have been shocked, and now the rooster's coming home to roost. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see what happens Tuesday, or Wednesday, rather. Supreme Court is supposed to hear 2 cases on Monday, I believe, but I wouldn't expect anything to come out of that. I wouldn't hold my breath
because I don't want to do anything. They're trying to run from it.
Yeah, they're just going to say, I don't know, pass it back down to a lower court or whatever to delay it.
Back to the legislature.
Martin, 1776, thank you for the follow. This one's from the Hill. 11 Senate Republicans say they will object to, Electoral College results on Wednesday. So you got 11 of them in the Senate. Hopefully they all continue to say what they do. I don't believe it until I see it. Sorry with these guys.
17 of them so far. So they're thinking there's safety in numbers, maybe, and maybe they'll keep growing. And then I also heard that somebody doing a report today, and they were talking about the fact that there's a bunch of senators and that have not committed as of yet that don't want to because they are trying to avoid the pressure from Mitch McConnell. You know, O'Turtle and Pelosi don't want, there to be, 24 hours of testimony. Before they bring all this back to a vote. So they're trying to exert all the pressure that they can. And you know what? Turtle better be very careful because we have very long memories, and I'm watching you. You will only be in office as long, and speaker as long, or head of the Senate as long as you are useful to us. After that, might be time for turtle soup. Just saying.
The only one out of that 11 or 17, well, they're saying it's 11 right now. The only one I trust,
up to 17.
if Rand Paul's in that group, he's about the only one I would trust to stick to his vote because he's about the only one that ever does stick to his vote.
But isn't it interesting that he hasn't jumped in there yet? And he's one of the first ones that was talking about it.
Well, do we know who the 17 are? Or
yes, actually we do. Hold on just a minute. Hang on 1 second. Let me find out where I put it for safekeeping, which is usually the kiss of death, but let me just see here. I either saved it in my pictures or on my Twitter. Hang on 1 sec.
It could be because Rand Paul, he'll wait and see what happens and see what the evidence that's presented because they're going to apparently present a lot of evidence on Wednesday.
Yes. Well, and I think it may even be before then. We may see some before then. Okay. As of 6 hours ago, it was Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, Ron Johnson, James Lankford, Steve Daines, John Kennedy, Marsha Blackburn, Mike Braun, Cynthia Loomis, Roger Marshall, Bill Haggerty, Tommy Tuberville. And I want to say I heard somebody, maybe that was Congress. There is a bunch in Congress. I mean, a bunch.
Yeah, you only need one in each house. So
right.
It doesn't, the number
but it
right
still
now
helps with the optics.
Well, yeah, but you got to hope that you at least get one out of the Senate. That's all I'm saying, because I don't trust any of them.
We've got one.
I don't trust any of them. They'll say one thing and then do the other.
FYI, everybody in Utah take note that pansy ass, sore loser, no name McStain friend, what's his head? Romney is still going against it. So everybody just remember that.
I think Jim Jordan's in the House, Rusty. I think I said before, he's the one I would trust to hold to his vote in the House. In the Senate, though, that's a whole nother ball game. You can't trust any of them, regardless of what they say.
The sad part about it is, POTUS has done so much for them. They forgot who brought them to the dance. You know?
I wouldn't be surprised
and
if
that just adds insult to injury. It just makes me so absolutely. And when Kelly Loeffler and Perdue get up there and mealy mouth, milk toast their way, and don't come out now and say what they're going to do and all that when they could, and they would solidify the MAGA support behind them, they don't. And I am telling you, nothing makes me more irate than for, POTUS to have drugged their sorry, no, ne'er-do-well, lying, stinking, cheating, jelly-ass bahookies over the finish line. And then when he needs them, where are they? Crickets, nothing. They forgot who brought them. Well, you know what? We didn't. So we will be remembering. Excuse me.
I think don't be surprised if Rand Paul does vote in Trump's favor. I wouldn't be surprised. Just he won't telegraph it, but he'll do it. I bet you he does.
We'll see. I'm going to be taking note of every single one of them. He ain't the only one I'm watching. And John Cornyn and all you Texas people, heads up, we're watching you too. You haven't gotten a pass. The only reason that I had to hold my nose and vote for your sorry little bahookie was just to keep our majority in the Senate. But the first chance we get, you're primaried out.
Election Watch, it still says 11 senators sign on. It doesn't matter. You need one. So the number's irrelevant.
One in the House and one in the Senate.
As long as you get one. That's all I care about. You got to have one, right? Drill down on this move, the motives, all is not as it appears, and what you can do to help keep turning the tide. Well, they're telling you to call and email them.
Yeah, and I think we need to absolutely bury them between now and the 6th and remind them who we want. Because, it's like James says, and I do agree with this, they've got to fear us and the power of our vote more than they fear the bad guys. So we are mighty. Let's let them hear us roar.
Well, in my situation, my senators are Schumer and Gillibrand, so it's kind of a waste of time to sit down and write them an email.
No, but you can write and call
they don't care.
Others and just add to the fervor.
It doesn't matter though, because during Obamacare
it won't matter. But you can still call some of the ones that might matter and it might help.
During Obamacare, we flooded New York senators with calls and emails, and we did a whole campaign, and they don't care.
As of the 20th, you need to be, getting ready to move anyway, because they're fixing to start coming for your kids as of January 20th.
Well, yeah, Harley Guy posted something about they're going to go house to house, probably starting in New York City, and deem if you're a health threat with COVID and remove you. That'll probably start happening downstate, and I think it has in the Jewish community. I think in Brooklyn, where they've gone door to door. So
they did. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm not surprised.
There's a real interesting article about who should be concerned, and first one is kids, people with kids.
The problem in New York is the Assembly and now the Senate is both Democrat-controlled. So, what are you going to do?
But anyway, you can still call all of the. We're not giving all you Yankees that live in these blue states. It doesn't help. We're not giving y'all a pass. Y'all get on the phones and get on the tutors and the emails and all that too, and be calling the states where it will make a difference. And let them know that the world is watching, because the more weight we can put on them, on their scrawny little necks, the more they're going to feel it. So we want them to know the whole world is watching them. They better do right. Just saying. Okay, Yankee. We've only got 8 minutes left. Where did the hour go? Good gracious. We had so much more winning to discuss.
I got another tweet here from... Oh, did I do this one? Yeah, I did this one already. Sorry. About that rally in D.C. Ron tweets, many hotels in D.C. are canceling reservations on January 4th through 7th for people planning to attend the peaceful protests. Be sure to check your hotel booking daily. So all the hotels in D.C. are canceling reservations between the 4th and 7th. Interesting.
Yeah, so everybody that is going to be able to get to Washington, D.C. on the 6th, be sure, plot and plan your itinerary, plan your how you're going to get there, where you're going to park, what mode of transportation. Plot when you're going to leave, because, like we've talked about before, it's always best to get out of the situation by late afternoon. I would not hang around in the evening, because there's going to be issues. But we also know that the Washington, D.C. mayor is a left-wing libtard nut and has painted the city streets and everything. He's put out saying, trying to close down hotels, restaurants, gas stations, all that kind of crap. So plot and plan accordingly. Let's be wise. Let's show up in numbers, but let's be smart about it, okay? And Phil, I'm going to send this to you. Harley sent it to me. Thank you, Harley.
Matt Couch, Washington, D.C.'s tyrannical mayor, is the exact type of person our founding fathers warned us about. Be in D.C. on January 6th. Okay. So it's just telling you to go to D.C. Were you sending it to me?
Yeah, I'm sending it right now. I was trying to do it. Don't know why. It's not letting me. Hang on just a minute.
Oh, in the meantime, let me see if I can find something else.
Here it is. I have it somewhere. Well, gosh, why is it doing that?
Here's a video.
Anybody who's in the restaurant industry for just a minute? I'm part of that industry. I'm part of the restaurant industry too, for any of you that are in it. And I just want to say one thing that's very important. Everybody in here has to understand. Probably every other minute, guys. Probably everybody else with any business. We've been used to living very well, like Marie said. Very free, enjoyed our lives. Got to stop thinking like a victim criminal mentality. As the victim, I'll just do whatever the criminal tells me to do. They'll let me go when I'm done. They don't want to let us go. They want complete freaking control of us. They don't want us going back to normality. So this is the time we got to stand up. Every freaking business has got to stand up and put these sons of bitches down.
Amen.
Because if we don't, they're taking us out.
That's right.
I'm 60 freaking years old. I've lived all my life as an American.
That's right.
And Robbie's right. This isn't about Democrat or Republican. This is about American.
That's right.
And I am not ready to give my country up to these people so that they can ruin my life, everybody's life in here. We got to stop them. Yeah. We got to grow this group. Like Marie said, here, state, country, global. We got to really do this. This is the time to be serious. If we're not serious now, and it ain't going to take them long, you're looking at 6-8 months. This coming summer could be an absolute freaking disaster for freedom, for patriots, for this country. We got to do this now. Every day has to be serious. Forget about looking forward to next Christmas with your family, next Thanksgiving with your family. It ain't going to happen if we don't stop them now, this year.
Here, here.
So that's it. Keep going. Take this serious. Take this freaking serious. I want to finish my life owning my business. I said to Kelly this morning, all I want is my life back. I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for fortune. I want to mow my lawn on a sunny Saturday morning, again like I used to, and not worry about who the hell's coming to try to bomb my house, take it from me, and ruin my life. We gotta keep together. We gotta grow. Get the word out there. I'm not giving up. So neither should anybody here. I don't think you will.
Amen.
That's it.
He's right. He's right, people. You need to be listening up. Now's the time. We don't get another chance.
Yeah, give this man a tank, Irrational Times.
I'm with you.
It's kind of like...
And give me one to drive right behind him. We'll make our own little brigade.
It's down the lines of what I was saying a couple weeks ago. We need a lot more protests in front of Walmart and people encouraging people to go to small businesses because they are getting decimated again. It just never stops. Now they're talking about another strain, and they're going to have to really lock down even tighter this time because it's deadlier and all this crap.
China, Wuhan, where it all started.
Yeah, they're partying.
They didn't have masks.
Nope.
Their economy is open and thriving while the rest of the world suffers, and they were out there in droves, not practicing social distancing, not doing squat. And so far, their finances has been a lot better than ours.
I've even got pro-mask.
They're lying to us. They are lying.
I've even got pro-mask people now saying, "What the hell's going on? They're just killing everybody. Why? Why are they doing this?" It's sad.
People need to know. Okay, I'm sorry. We just got to keep rolling because we've only got one more minute. I don't even know if we may have to play that last video, that other one that POTUS sent out. We might have to show it on the speakeasy because it's getting kind of late, darling.
Okay. Yeah. Here's another video.
It was really good. I wanted to show it because POTUS wanted us to see it.
I just got one more video of this.
And how I'm not saying I'm not saying COVID's not real. I'm just saying I'm not sick. I'm
She's
not
my
sick.
hero.
Asymptomatic spread has been shown to be a myth. So why am I going to be treated like a sick person?
She said something that everybody should say, and I said this before. Don't say COVID is a hoax. It's not. People are getting sick. People are dying. It's real.
Grandma got it.
But we, that's why you don't go around saying it's a hoax. She did it perfectly. She worded it perfectly. I'm not saying it's not real. That's what you do. That's how you handle these people.
You know that there have been fewer deaths overall in 2019 than there were in 2018. Look it up. Fewer deaths overall. All they've done is recategorize all the deaths. This is not what they're telling us it is. It's a lie. This is a lie, I'm telling you. It's a lie. And everyone's buying it. And it'll go on and on and on as long as they feed us this lie and we comply with it. And I am done. Tonight, I reached a breaking point. I'm done. I know I'm not reaching anyone here. Everybody's unhappy. I don't care. I'm not putting that on my face. I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm a healthy person. I'm not crazy. This is like psychosis. For everyone to put all this stuff on their face when they're healthy is insanity. It's absolute insanity. Go ahead. They can't arrest me because there's no law.
I'm going to call the cops. They got so many people brainwashed.
I'm a healthy person. I don't need to wear masks.
It's not a law. She's 100% right, too. It's not a law.
No.
I would love to see what happens. Honestly, I'm moving
I
tomorrow.
kicked you out a long time ago, and you're refusing after I'm offering you something.
Salts and corkscrew. But I'm really curious to see how are they going to arrest me for a law that doesn't exist.
Epsom salts and a corkscrew, and you're willing to risk people's lives.
No, I'm not risking anyone's lives because I'm healthy.
How do we know that you're healthy?
I'm fine. Look at me.
Do you understand that people?
Asymptomatic spread is not a thing. They've already shown their.
By the way, 90% of the people who tested positive wore a mask. That CDC just came out with that. So you can take your mask and wipe your ass with it, because that's about as good as it's doing for you right now. It's not helping you.
Like that woman that we showed last week that used her mask to pick up dog poop and throw it away and then put it back on her face. Oh, dear God.
Harley guy, what they're doing is arresting you.
Our crew would ever do that. But
what they're doing is arresting you, Harley guy, for trespassing, which they can do if she refuses to leave.
If it's company policy.
Yeah.
And then she has the right, she should have the choice to leave ahead of time.
Yeah.
But if I check, what I do before I go shopping, I check their company websites to see what their policy is on it, so I can quote it to the employees if they give me any trouble. When I was at that Sam's and that woman threw such a fit at the register, the employee, and sat there and caused a scene in front of God and everybody, throwing a fit saying she wouldn't wait on me and everything. And the manager came over and sat there and listened to her, reasoned with her, and they all talked about me like I wasn't right there listening. I told him, I said, you know what? Number one, that you need to fire that woman. She can't be rehabbed. Nobody should ever treat a customer that way, even if they disagree with them. Number two, you're a sorry manager that you didn't teach her better, number one. And number two, that you sit there and allowed them to do this to me in front of God and everybody, and talk about me right here in front of me like I don't exist. And number three, I'm calling your corporate offices to let them know about their sorry employees and their sorry manager at this location, and to let them know that you're not abiding by company policy, because their company policy is that you are not required to wear a mask to enter their facility. And so I reminded that manager of it, and he backed off because he was about to ask me if I had a health issue that would keep me from wearing a mask. And I said, you know what? That's protected by HIPAA. And if you ask me, that's against the law. So go ahead and ask me, because, my lawyer that I keep on retainer because I'm an entrepreneur and a business owner, that lawyer that I keep on retainer, he'll be getting a call from me if you ask, because that is a major violation of HIPAA. And I am not required to divulge to you whether I have a medical condition or not. That is protected by law, not by company policy, but by law. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
So yeah, it is.
Be forewarned. Look up the company policies before you go. Shop wisely. They don't want your business, so you know what? That's fine. I'm gonna take my business down the street to so and so. They don't mind if I have a mask on or not, or they adhere to company policy. Don't take their crap laying down. Don't meekly file out of the store like that you've done something wrong, because you haven't. You are not sheep. You will be reminded. We are strong, individual, ruggedly patriotic people, and they can kiss our patriotic grits. Just saying.
Harley guy, it is confusing.
Would be if I didn't get on my high horse about that.
It is confusing, Harley guy. Yeah, but they can't pass a mask law because it's unconstitutional, and they know it. Even in New York, where they control both houses and the governorship, they haven't dared try to pass that because it's unconstitutional. So how they get around it is force the businesses by threatening their business licenses and their liquor licenses, which they've done in New York State. They've pulled 9,000 liquor licenses already.
Oh, we just had the mayor of Austin, that left-wing libnut, do it in Austin. And our wonderful Ken Paxton took him to task, and they got it knocked down by the courts.
So what they're doing is they're forcing these businesses to make you wear one, and if you won't wear one, they ask you to leave, and that's how they get you. If you don't leave, then they arrest you for trespassing. That's how they're getting you.
You can leave an inch at a time talking shit the whole way, very loudly, so everybody can hear. Be armed with facts.
See, I don't.
Be armed and slow-mo your ass out that door, bitching and moaning and pitching a walleye fit. It is time we stand up, people.
Hold on. I don't do. Hold on. Stop. I don't do that to the small businesses because they are being threatened.
We already talked about that, but we're not talking about it. Small businesses aren't even open anymore. It's only the big boxes that, you know, get all their freaking support and all of their goods they sell from freaking China. We've already talked about the small business people. They're not going to be even in freaking business to open their doors. Everybody knows this is what we've got to do.
Some are still.
We've got to slow-mo it out the door and get mad.
Some are still open here.
Very few.
Like my.
And we know that. We've already talked about that. We're talking about these left-wing...
Okay, we're going to head over to the next show because it's like 10 after now. So...
okay. Y'all can fix this next week. I'll try to get a hold of myself. I'm sorry, but it's time. Everybody, get this straight.
We'll be on. We'll be on in 10 minutes. All right. Bye.
You can make me. I promise I'll try not to be so crazy next week. It's got my heart. What we live in is freaking Russia, it feels like.
We'll be back on in 10 minutes. Give us 10 minutes. We'll be back on.
Might be 15 if I might be actually y'all can actually.
How can I be sure you're not pretender? You want me
Hello. How are you? Good. No. Nope, not at all. Good, good. How are you? Oh, okay, great. Um, we're just waiting for a couple more people here. Hopefully they show up soon here. Yes. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Doc, you there? Are you are you well, what you forget is we get new people and people who haven't seen everything. So I like to explain things again because we had a lot of new people tonight that I never saw before. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So you got to keep that in mind when we do the shows. Is that we get new people all the time. Yeah.
This is a U.S. government person that fully admits he works for the Army. Seriously, and I will be more than happy to. Who do I report him to? That's the question. Who do I report? Maybe the Army first off. Who? Do you know? What branch does he serve in? He claims that he's in the Army and he's in intelligence. But I never heard of anybody in the Army making YouTube videos. Literally. Yeah, especially not somebody intelligent. Making fun of a political movement. He says he's doing it for humor, but just being in the military and doing this is nuts. Well, I think it goes against particularly if he's in uniform, he cannot engage in political activity. He's not. He's smart. I'm not clear on that one, but I bet we've got somebody in our movement that would be able to research that. Don't you figure, Phil?
I would think so. We're gonna jump on here in 2 seconds, and I'm gonna have to. I don't see anybody yet. Neil has to work or had to work or something. Rusty, Rusty. So yeah, Rusty's being rusty. So, but I'll throw it out there to anybody who wants to join from the chat. We've done that before, so I'll let you do it because you probably know more about him. I've been trying to get everything ready here. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Welcome back to 2021 Speakeasy Show. Guess what? The stream wasn't stopped after the last show. So I've been babbling away here, talking, and yeah, this is how 2021's going like shit already. Periscope wasn't working, all kinds of problems here. But let's turn on this.
Goes crazy on you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm calm back down now, y'all. Those people just get on my last nerve. They're jumping up and down on it.
I have to remind Doc every once in a while that we have new people in the audience, and they're probably going, "Who's this crazy lady from the South?"
Well, we might as well break them in good. That's all I can say. Hi, everybody. We're so glad you came back to join us. Hope you got your favorite libation and snacks refilled and are ready to cuss and discuss. Though we're short a little bit tonight, Phil, on our regular panelists, we do have a new guest tonight to welcome. And I might as well go ahead. We've got Trip joining us. And we discovered Trip through our lovely friend, Coffee Talk with Sandra. Trip, welcome. We're so glad to have you, darling. I understand that you've been on Sandra's show before.
Yeah, I was on Sandra's show. We were talking about all kinds of things. I don't remember what I said was funny particularly, but she thought it was good. I don't have a clue. I'm not funny. I just portray it.
Well,
How
they
y'all
think I'm
doing?
funny in the head, so that you're ahead of me already.
Yeah, I've written a couple books, and I have groups of patriots on the social networks. And what I'm trying to do is gather folks together because we're tired of all the disinformation and make it all so that we can collaborate together.
Yeah, baby.
Don't mind me and my sound bites here.
Not a problem. So you can join us on any of the social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Telegram at this point. Just reach out. You can find me on Google easy enough. Just Trip Elix. The only other Elix out there is a travel company in Sweden.
So do you do live shows too as well, or?
Yeah, I'm going to be starting a new live show that I think is going to be on Wednesdays, and it's called Fake News because there's a lot of buildup for fake news. A whole bunch of people say there is no such thing as fake news, so I will be fake news.
Excellent.
Well, I hope you expose all your comrades out there, because there's a lot of them. Anybody that doesn't believe that, really, I'm saying, doesn't get out much.
I actually had somebody that was kind of close to me tell me that there was no such thing as fake news, and he's a columnist for a newspaper that's regional, and I just scratched my head and I looked at him. I'm like, man, I need to find the smoke that you've been having.
Really, tell them to share. Don't Bogart.
Yeah, please don't. But yeah, the show that we're going to be talking about is I have a technical background, if you will. So I talked a lot about security related issues. I can find pretty much where anything on the internet exists. So I'm going to teach people how to tell if a website is legit when you're reading from something from a third party. I mean, really, can you trust this website? And those other kinds of technical details. You can do this for free. You can do it yourself. You don't have to rely on somebody else. There's a bunch of tells out there that the government, our government, for example, has something in its training book. I mean, literally, it must be instilled in the training book because all these government guys do the same trick. They go to Panama and register domain names. Remember when Panama was cool?
Vaguely back that far, yes.
Yeah, well, they still do it. They still register domain names in Panama. So if you go and look up who owns a web server and it says Panama, you literally can tell that it's government because it was registered there. It defies description of stupidity.
Oh my gosh.
And they're all over the place. I mean, most of the websites that you go to on the web have three main funders: the news organizations, the data brokers, and government. Not necessarily ours, by the way.
Uh-huh.
So that'll help you determine what articles are not real. Because I saw an interesting one this week that Mike Pence was let out in handcuffs, and I said, this website can't be real. You know?
Oh, no, and, I saw this thing. Like I said, I have chat rooms, right? And I go in my chat rooms and I read, and this person had posted that a Biden campaign manager in Dallas had been caught on an audio recording saying that he was working to fix the election. Okay, well, first of all, it's Dallas. It's not really a contested place, but the story itself sounded possible, maybe. I clicked on the link and I see this YouTube video that looks like it was made by a news organization, a real one. So I did the next step besides watching the video. I clicked on the profile for the channel, and the person had 5 videos. The 5 videos were all named different things. He had about 1,000 views between all 5 of them. He had a news organization underneath, and I clicked on the news site, and the news site literally looked like a CBS, mainstream network page. I looked up the registry for it and found that it was registered in December in Turkey. So,
oh my gosh.
Why would an American news organization file for a registration for a website in Turkey? Exactly.
So to determine something's real, you have to do a lot of digging, in other words.
Well, you can look and see if stuff is real yourself by just taking and using some reasoning. It's not reasonable that the head of CIA and all of the people in CIA were taken to Guantanamo. It's not reasonable that there were watermarks written by Homeland Security and printed on all the ballots across the country. Did you see that one?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. There are how many thousand counties in the United States, and the individual states mess up the ballot. Could you imagine if the federal government did that?
Well, and can you imagine how long, even if it were possible, which I highly doubt, how long it would take preparation-wise? They didn't have that.
The whole.
I mean, you have to kind of think common sense too.
Yeah. Did you see the video from the guy from the barcode for Georgia when they had their hearing last week?
I tried to catch as much of those as I could. I think I don't know. I don't know if I heard his particular story, but I heard a bunch.
He said something really interesting, which was that he could scan all their ballots in about 2 hours. I can't imagine them scanning all that stuff in 2 hours, but he's got to be using some powerful equipment. He's very interesting, though. He says that
Who was he?
Yeah, he's very interesting because he says that he can take and scan the images, and through the images forensically tell if every document is real or not.
I did hear something about that. I didn't hear about the time limit, but he was also the one that was spewing off a lot of statistical numbers, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was doing so much statistical stuff. He was talking about the ballots themselves and looking at the ballots. Yeah, I got some people that are asking, where am I on your video?
You're there. I can see you.
You can see me.
I see
Yep.
you.
I can see you on Periscope.
Okay.
What platform are they on?
They're on Twitter, so they'd be on Periscope.
I see you. I put you on
I
another
see.
device.
Oh, I see me. Well, I saw me, and then I went away.
Maybe
But
they
that's
need
okay.
to refresh. You
Yeah,
might
no, I
suggest
don't
that they
care.
refresh.
I don't care. They were DMing me, asking me where I was at. Yeah, the groups that we have are really interesting because, you know, you get the camaraderie. And the other thing is, if you hear about all these people get thrown off of Twitter. Well, if you get thrown off the platform, you know me or MG, my admin and partner and Ace. You just reach out to us and you're back in the group with your new ID, so you don't lose anything on the platform. You lose the faceless, nameless follower number that you used to have, but you'll find that really having real people to relate to beats that vacant number that everybody seems to want on the platform. And, you know, it really comes down to the blue checkmark theory of kindergarten politics. Remember when you were 5 and you went out to the kindergarten and you decided who was king?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that politic thing. Well, Jack Dorsey makes it really easy for you. He puts a blue check mark next to their name. It doesn't mean you're anything important. I mean, you can be his babysitter and get the blue check mark. But that honor of hierarchy defines who we're supposed to obey and blindly retweet. And if you have something to say, you're told that you need to have an appropriate following number. But the more people that follow you, the less your tweet goes out. I've proven that, and I can prove it to you as well with a simple experiment. Catch me on Twitter, and I'll show you how to make a tweet go farther than I can, and I have more followers than you. It's completely backwards. If you get 4 brand new accounts and set them up, you can make your 4 accounts go twice as far as mine do.
By doing what?
By existing, literally. The more people that you have following you, the lesser number of people organically that will see every single tweet. And that is the truth. I could prove it to you.
Because of the shadow banning?
It's not shadow banning. It's the way that the system is set up so that your hierarchy, when you follow back, that lessens what's called your T-score. Your T-score, the first is that Twitter is not a whole bunch of words. It's numbers. It's a numbers game. When you put in some text, that text is turned into a math calculation based on who you are, how many followers how many people you're following, and how many followers you have. And when you hit enter, a calculation takes place so that everybody that's online at that time has a statistical average of how many of them are going to see that tweet. And then there's a decision. The decision is based on the longevity of that. So if nobody interacts on it, it goes by their feed, nobody touches it, that tweet will go nowhere. Okay, you'll get nothing will happen. This is where a lot of people get confused on the system, and they think that they put stuff out and they're being shadow banned. Most people are boring. They're retweeting some piece of garbage that nobody else wants to see, and they don't understand why they don't get retweets. Well, it was boring shit. Sorry. Come up with an interesting GIF. Send out a joke, and you will see more interaction than you will from that. Pence is a clone. Oh, and Biden is a clone too. Everybody that got the little note at the George Bush funeral, the reason they got a note is because they were human clones coming out of a lab somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen that one floating around. Yeah.
You've
I
seen
didn't see that one. I missed it somehow.
All the real guys are in Twitter right now. Tom Hanks, they're all clones, or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah, doubles or whatever.
Wow. I missed that somehow. But I do like a good joke. And I love to send them out. I will say that.
Yeah, so really, if you find something funny, and if you find something funny and post it, you'll get more interaction than you will with anything else. I have a lot of the people that are around the follow train movements around me, and I tell, if you want to get interaction with what you're saying on the platform, be funny. It goes much further. A laugh is always better than, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. And I think people are starved for humor right now. Anything to take their, just to lighten the situation, because I think people realize that we're in a fight for our lives. And, even in a foxhole, people crack a joke and it can relieve stress,
I had a great one for my Tuesday show. I saved it, bookmarked it, went to go back look at it for this show, and the website took it down, unfortunately. But it was that Bill Clinton died on December 19th, and that guy walking around with Hillary was a clone, but or something to that effect, a body double. But that guy walking around with her looks like a zombie, and it's Bill, But it's just. I went back to look for that. They took it down. They took it off the website.
Yeah, well, I like the pictures of Bill Clinton next to Sammy Hagar because they're the same age. What being married to Hillary will do to you.
Yeah, he looks like a Walking Dead zombie from the show. Really.
He does.
Really does.
He's got that big old bulbous nose. It's red. Ugh. He's grotesque.
No, the picture I saw him in, he looks all gray, mouth hanging open. I mean, he looked like a literal zombie. No joke.
Well, I think when you live that lifestyle and do the things they've done,
and of course,
has to be paid. No, exactly, Scott. No adrenochrome.
She's wearing the long Chinese jacket, with the short collar. Yeah.
Oh no, that's her. The one that makes her look like the guy from Vietnam. I mean.
Oh no, this one had flowers on it and everything. It looked like what a Chinese girl would wear. In the 17th century or something.
I don't know who dresses her, but they do a terrible job. She's got, money cannot buy good taste. I'm just saying, it just cannot.
Have you ever gone to Newport, Rhode Island?
No, I have not.
Well, in the summertime, that's the playground for the rich. There's like mega yachts and things. There's a kind of a circle around the globe, and I think from Newport they next go to Barcelona afterwards in the fall, and they move these super yachts around. And Newport is an expensive place. I mean, some of wealth families are there still. It was always mega mansions and other things. But the interesting thing about what you're saying is that the rich, you will see, are the worst dressers.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell when you're walking down the street who's got a lot of money because they all dress really bad. I mean, expensive clothes.
Yeah.
but they really stick out.
Have you seen the runways? There's a lot of clothes on the runways that are very expensive, that are very ugly. I saw one today that absolutely, it was the saddest. It was sad to me. It was just sad if it wasn't humorous. But it was a male model standing on the catwalk. He's got high heels on that are, have a manly look to them. I mean, they're made to look like a man's shoe, but it's a high heel. And he's got short socks on his little scrawny legs. He's got these little bitty short shorts that are like they took men's suit trousers and cut them off really short, And then he had on a shirt, a tie, a funky looking tie, a little short bolero jacket that was supposed to be his suit jacket. And then on top of that, they put a little, like a matador cape, but it was a very, very short one that was even shorter than his short jacket. And I have never seen anything. It's so exactly hideous. What the left want. Yes, but it's exactly what the left is trying to do to men, emasculate them. It was exactly an emasculation of men. I mean, it's vile. It's vile.
Yeah, it is. And I've seen some of that stuff, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, what is inside their head?
Well, what self-respecting man would ever let them do that to them? No man I know. I mean, they've all got a little bit too much testosterone to even. I mean, if I even brought home what my husband would be considering funky-looking jeans, he'd be going, "Who do you think you bought these for? Not me."
Unbelievable.
So but they're trying. They're trying very hard. But going back to your original point, it's funny because if you look at Hillary Clinton and what's her name that ran, Pocahontas that ran for, she just has the same clothes in different colors, the same jackets. None of them look worth a darn. It's the people that don't have money that try to look like they have money, that has the style or taste.
You mean Elizabeth Warren?
Yes,
yep.
Pocahontas.
Mm-hmm.
She's something. All she did was buy the same pants and jackets in every color and changed them. Like when Hillary, you can always tell when Hillary is running for office because if you will go back and look at the pictures when she was Secretary of State, she looked hideous. I was so embarrassed that she was a representative for us, if for no other reason, besides the fact that she's evil, that she just looked so hideous. But she had that long, thin, stringy hair, and she grew it out long, and she put it back in a ponytail, or she'd let it hang down and look terrible. The only time she's ever had fairly attractive hairstyles is when she's running for office and she actually hires a stylist to go with her.
All right, we're working on a 2008.
Oops, sorry.
So it doesn't. And you know what? A lot of those people, particularly the really wealthy men, a lot of them walk around looking like hobos because that's how they got wealthy, is they live very cheaply. There's a lot of those people that are kind of weird miser people.
Yeah, well, some of them are misers, and that there's nothing wrong with being like that, but there are some people that just are stupid about it. That's all.
Yeah, because I don't believe in spending every penny you make, but I live reasonably within my budget, as reasonably as I can, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
A lot of those people are kind of strange. They didn't get their...
Doc, I've seen you with your jeans tucked inside your boots.
Excuse me? Only when if I was going out to work with the cattle or something, do some branding or something, I might, but I had my shit kickers on. But other than that, I may be getting old, but I try to dress up what I got.
You
Well,
can,
I like
it doesn't matter.
dressing.
I'm sorry.
I said I like dressing. I like nice clothes. It's just I can't seem to afford my taste.
Yes. But usually there's more than one way to skin that cat. You can look like you have money, whether you do or you don't.
Yeah,
You know, it's
that's
just how much
that's very true. You
effort
can't
you
you
wanna put into
can
it.
you can fake it a little bit. That's for sure.
Mhm. And most of all, you don't have to spend it. What people don't realize is, I don't think you have to spend a lot of money on your clothes. It's dressing for your body type and your personality, you know? So I think a lot of people kind of miss that mark.
You know where I saw
They
that?
buy what's trendy instead of buying what's attractive for their body type.
You know where I
what,
saw
Darla?
that a lot? I saw that when I lived in Wilmington, Delaware. All the MBNA execs would have monster houses, a Lexus in the driveway, a full wardrobe of nice clothes, and no furniture and food in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Not kidding. I saw a lot of that.
Oh, there's a lot of people around here that, I mean, I think that, you know, they put all their money into cars and stuff like that, and you go,
Yep.
and then they live in, you know. a
Well,
shack.
these
I don't care
people
what
lived
I
in
drive,
really
as long as
nice
it's got an air
houses.
conditioner and radio.
These people lived in really nice houses, except they had no furniture. They had a bed. That was it. I'm not kidding. Big
Sounds like
monster
me.
house.
Sounds like me when I had a house in the Keys. I did a job for some guy getting him out of trouble with the SEC, and he gave me a 7-bedroom house. It had one bed in it, and I had to buy the sheets and the comforter and the pillow. That was the entire furniture. Listen, guys, I got to run. I've got another commitment I got to go to. It was really
we're
great.
glad you came.
It was really great. Shoot me an email, tripelix@outlook.com anytime. And I would love to join back with you, or follow me on Twitter, and we'll get you into our groups. We've got other podcasters on there too. And Sandra is in our groups as well. We love her. We absolutely love her. The whole thing about, you know, the followers and all this stuff, it's not real. It's make believe, and the way that you get real is you become part of something bigger than yourself, and you let the bigger than yourself dictate what the direction that you go. We've got to quit listening to all these companies out there. They all lie to us.
They sure do. We know
They
that.
sure do. You're both very lovely. I was really great to meet both of you, but I do need to
You
run.
as well. Well, you just
Thank
come
you.
back and see us. We're here every Saturday night, Trip. So anytime you
will
want
make-
to join us, darling, you are always welcome.
I will come back next Saturday, and maybe Sandra and I both can come on if I can get her away from whatever she's normally doing on Saturday.
That's one of her free nights. I always feel bad about harassing her about coming, but we love it when she does. So you harass her all you want.
Okay,
We'd love to
that I
have you
will.
back. Okay, thank
Well,
you
it's-
for coming.
It was great meeting both of you.
It's you as well.
All right, have a great night. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, you know what
that
we'll
was
do?
very nice.
It's just you and me, Doc, right now. You know what we'll do is I'll open up, which I've been meaning to do. I've never opened up the Discord line. Why don't I open it up? What the hell?
That'd be great.
So, let me
And if there's
find it.
anybody out there in our chat that would like to join us, all of our little regular panelists have had other things to do this weekend, or they're under the weather or something. So feel free to come in and join us if you'd like. And also, I was going to tell you, if you want to, Phil, I had sent you that other video that POTUS posted today. We know we showed that as well. We didn't get to it on Promises Kept.
All right, let me first. I'm gonna find the link for Discord. Oh, that's not it. I always forget where it is. That's not it. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm going to drop the Discord link, so if you want to go over to Discord and jump in the chat and ask us questions or throw something at us, There's the link. I just dropped that Discord link for you. So.
Oh, and thank you so much, Renee, for remembering it's still my birthday.
What the?
We didn't even get the chance to talk about that on Promises Kept, did we, Yank? Because, you know, we're still celebrating until our wonderful POTUS is rightfully installed as our duly elected president-elect and inaugurated on January 20th, just in case you're wondering. But I do believe that your birthday is over. So
It's still
sorry, Bill.
it's still your
I'm
birthday.
So sorry, honey.
It's still your birthday. It's still your birthday.
Until POTUS is elected, Renee said so. If you disagree, you need to tell Renee.
I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope.
Renee, you better come on here sometime and support me, girl.
I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Oh, har. Jelly, because it's not your birthday anymore. But Renee said it is mine.
Thank you for keeping me there.
Okay, so we'll see if anybody joins the Discord.
Give us a call.
Not many people know how to use it, to be honest with you.
I've always had trouble with Discord. That is the one platform I have never mastered. It does not make rhyme or reason to me.
I still have not, but remember what I said, audience, as long as it's Doc Martin's birthday, Trump is not going to be president.
Oh, har.
If it stops being her birthday at midnight on
That
January
is not
5th,
true.
on January 5th, if it stops being her birthday, the 6th Trump will be president.
No, isn't happening. Renee, can you believe he talked to me like that? I mean, honestly, you act like I'm an unlucky penny or something, and I am not. I am a glorious female goddess warrior. And POTUS loves me. Or he would if he knew me.
Is it still your birthday?
Yes.
Is
He still loves me.
Trump still not president for 2021?
Just until just for a few more days. Oh, you are something. I'm saying, you make a girl have a complex or something. Most of them anyway, but I know better.
Well, on election night, you kept saying, it's my birthday, and they stopped counting right after you said that.
If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
Uh-oh. That sounds like a personal issue to me. I'm going to file that under TMI.
So, that was a pretty funny article about Bill Clinton being dead. I was like, are you serious? I think that would make national news pretty quickly, right?
I missed it. I'm sorry. I was reading. What'd you say?
That article that I was talking about, I can't find it. They deleted it off the website about Bill Clinton being dead.
Figures.
You know, but you know, there were people retweeting it like, "Oh, Bill Clinton died." I'm like, yeah, but nobody else is reporting it. Nobody.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Well,
I know, Scott,
the
I'm with
website
you,
was
honey.
trying to say that it was being hidden from the public. But why? Why would you hide that Bill Clinton died?
Well, I do think that they are capable and more than willing to cause a death, order a death.
You mean Hillary, right?
Cover up a death. Anybody that they wanted to, and utilize it at the right time.
You mean Hillary
Do I
doing
think
that,
we'd be
right?
lucky enough for it to be Hillary or Bill right now? No, not yet.
Yeah, Bill Clinton. That's a good point, Scott. Bill Clinton's clone would at least look better than he does. Right?
I'd want mine too. Anyway, if you're gonna make me a clone, make me a good-looking one, would you?
Yeah, well, somebody was saying, hey, I don't think that article's real. Here's a recent picture, and it was like from 2 days ago of Hillary and Bill walking, and she had that ridiculous Chinese jacket on, and Bill looked like, he looked like hell. I mean, oh my God, he looked horrible. But
Because he hadn't been getting adrenochrome, I'm telling you.
you wouldn't pick a clone that looks a hell of a lot worse than you, right?
I mean, honestly, I'd at least be trying to get me one that looked good. Make me look a little snazzier, give my rep a lift.
I gotta try to find that picture because I wish I had saved it, but
I like
because
the one where she put out the video, remember? And he's sitting next to her looking like death warmed over, and he's looking at her the whole time like, oh my God, I'm still stuck with her. Somebody shoot me. That's what he looked like the whole time she's talking. Did you remember that one?
yeah, well
Yeah,
now
or
he's
is
not
it-
he's not in good shape now, so he's got to kind of stay close to home, right? He can't be fooling around with like these girls anymore.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, I found it. Oh, I found it.
Really? Let's
You've
see.
got to see this picture. This is like unbelievable. Oh, I wish I could zoom in a little bit, but I can't. Let me
I'd
make
wait
it
for it to
bigger.
come up. There's lag.
He looks freaking terrible. I can't believe how bad he looks.
Well, I told you it's because all his evilness is catching up with him, and they hadn't been, we know they've been shutting down the ports for the human trafficking, and they've been having a lot harder time getting their adrenochrome. That's how they moved all that around. And
Now look at this
kept their
jacket,
fresh
Doc.
Supply.
Look at this jacket she's wearing. Is that not one of those Chinese? Like you see the Chinese girls wearing it, right? From like the 18th century or
that's
something.
Hideous.
Yep.
Yes, those are hideous. Besides
Well,
that,
they're pretty on a pretty girl. Just saying.
Well, but let me explain why. She is a short, chubby ass old woman. Though something long and lean like that should really be on someone who is taller and more slender, because it overwhelms her frame and it amplifies her chubbiness. So if I was dressing her, I would put her in something that was leaner, shorter, a total, one color, not the print. There'd be a lot I'd do. But yeah, look at him. He looks like Jethro, doesn't he?
Oh,
On a
he
bad
looks.
day.
Does he not look
Shut your
terrible?
mouth, Bill. You're going to catch flies.
He looks like he's dead. He does. He looks
I
like
know.
he's dead.
I've seen some others. Find that one of him sitting next to her while she's doing that video.
Oh,
When he was
yeah.
that was so funny.
He
When
looks-
he was like, somebody please just shoot me and put me out of my misery. He looked like death warmed over. And he's got that bulbous nose and everything. He thought he was hot stuff back in the day, didn't he?
Just think
Yeah, going
that
around raping
thing next
women
to
and
him
telling them to
could have
put
been
ice on her.
president. Imagine that. Just look at her.
Ugh.
Just look at her.
No. Well, and you know what? If harken back to some of those pictures where she had that long, when she was Secretary of State, and look what she looked like with that long, nasty, stringy hair. Oh, dear God.
She
And
looks.
I thought,
When she was younger, she actually looked pretty, but she just went downhill in a
Uh-uh.
hurry.
I've never thought she looked
Oof.
good.
Well,
She has weird cheeks.
she was
She has
decent.
those weird, they've got a big ball on each one.
When she was
She's a
younger,
weird-
though, she was decent looking, but she went downhill in a hurry. I mean, real fast.
She didn't maintain herself or try to.
No. No, first
She's-
mistake she
she's-
made was she
well,
got
number one,
fat.
she's a lesbian. She's not, or she might be bi, I don't know. But, because I know her and what's his name that killed himself had a thing, but, she is a lesbian. She and Huma have been lovers for years. Her and
Ugh.
Bill didn't even live in the same house,
Could-
reside in the same house for a lot of years.
God.
He's done his best to stay away from her. as
I
much
just
as he
had a
could.
vile thought. Can you imagine being Huma and
No, 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 and I don't even want to go there. No, 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 no.
Ooh.
Foul. I will not. No, I wouldn't even want it for him.
Ooh.
That would just be nasty. I am saying. Oh dear God.
God, I hope
Nobody
it,
would sidle up next to her and murmur sweet nothings. I'm just saying.
on which end? On which end was was she murmuring sweet nothings? So that's what I'm talking about. Ew.
Oh, Scott, you stop that. Yuck. I know.
Oh.
Studded tires, that's funny.
Ooh. Oh, probably all pimples and
I'd rather gnaw off my right arm. I'm just saying.
Oh, probably all kinds of pimples and all kinds of mess down there.
We're not going to go down there. Quit. Stop that nastiness. You're gross. Can't even think about that.
Imagine Huma just looking at her naked. Imagine Huma coming out of the bathroom and going, "Oh, Hillary standing there buck-ass naked."
No. Okay, let's change the subject because that just is grossing me out.
And Bill in the corner jumping up and down, going, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Oh, honey, that man. Ooh, I don't even think Viagra would help him. No, we're not. We're going to change subjects.
That just like Bill jumping up and down in that video when he thought Hillary won.
He's
I know.
Was that the most pathetic thing you've ever seen in your life?
Well, he was thinking,
No, I'm not.
interns,
I know exactly what that is,
interns,
Scott. Thank you very much.
interns. That's what he was thinking. He was thinking, I'm going to get a bunch of girls.
Oh, I'm saying. He thought he was going to be back in his old haunting grounds.
Exactly.
Little did he know.
Because they wouldn't see each other after, if she had won, right? He was probably jumping up and down with delight, thinking he wouldn't have to see her every day.
And thinking that he has the Secret Service to stand between him and her. I always call her her thighness. Ugh, because you can imagine. But we won't go back to that.
Standing naked in the bedroom waiting for Huma to come in.
Oh, you're so gross.
He just looks terrible.
Oh, my word.
If anyone's going to be the next...
And little Juanita, she's so cute and spunky. And don't you think she's sitting there going, ew, I'm glad you look old and gross. You deserve it. And worse.
I bet you he's the next one to go. Next president to pass away. I put money on it. I think Jimmy Carter outlives him. Bill Clinton.
Well, yeah, I think that Jimmy Carter has probably got access to off-the-market drugs too. But
well, at least Jimmy Carter's not some.
Do you think he has AIDS or something?
There's something wrong with him. Look at that picture.
It didn't,
just look at him.
Oh no, he doesn't look right, does he?
No, he looks like he's a mess. He might. You never know. I mean, he messed around with
and yeah, he was, but
he messed around with a lot of girls. So
yeah, he has.
You never know.
And oh, honey, and that ain't all he's messed around with. We all know that.
He just looks freaking terrible. Just terrible. Jimmy Carter looks better than him, and he's like 20 years older.
Well, Jimmy Carter's got cancer.
And he looks better than Bill.
It should have been probably, if it were not for divine intervention, should have been dead already. So
I don't think Jimmy Carter's actually a bad guy. He was just a bad president. I think he just
Maybe,
didn't
yeah.
know what he was doing.
I like to think that now. I think he's just an idiot.
Yeah. Because he does a
Lonely
lot. He's
idiot.
always done a lot of good things to try to help people. But he was just terrible in D.C. He was terrible in Washington. As far as governor goes, he was governor, right, of Georgia?
Georgia. Uh-huh.
He wasn't a bad governor. He's just a terrible president. Because he thought he could, like,
I don't know what kind of governor he was, because that's considered a natural jumping stone from governor
well,
to run for
not,
president.
not always. Would you
because
take
they
Andrew
utilize
Cuomo?
a lot of the same, but I'm saying they recognize that you use a lot of the same skill set in those two positions.
Not always.
So
Would you
I don't
take
know how
Andrew
good a
Cuomo
governor
or
he
Gavin
really was.
Newsom or Gretchen Whitmer? I mean, there's a lot of bad governors, too. You know? Gretchen Wilson. Gretchen Wilson. Gretchen Whitmer.
That was a flashback. Whitmer.
Yeah, Gretchen Whitmer.
That needs to learn Spanx.
God.
She needs to learn about Spanx so bad. Every time she wears a dress so tight that her belly button shows through.
I mean,
I just want to say again, money can't buy taste. Just saying. Go get you some Spanx, woman.
I don't notice those things.
If you're gonna be a bitch, at least own it and look good while you're being one. Just saying. Sorry.
And then you got some mayors that would have made good presidents. I think Rudy would have made a good president, right?
Rudy Giuliani?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think so. There's a law. I mean, look what he did. Brought about the RICO case against the mom. Took him down single-handedly. He's on the other side of 70.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, making that some tea, guys. He's on the other side of 70, and he's working 20-hour days for the president right now, and has very full use of his faculties. The only thing, and I only do it out of kindness and love because I don't want people to have anything to make fun of him about, is I would wish for him maybe a little less vainness about his age, because he is over 70. He needs to give it up and stop using any kind of dye. That just gave the left fodder to make fun of him. And
I'm
that
sorry.
broke my heart because he's such a wonderful man.
I like Rudy,
He
but
doesn't need that.
But that was funny. It's like it was just
No, it
hair
was
dye was
sad. Nobody even,
pouring down his
nobody
face.
even came over, and because they were all behind him,
Mhm.
and they couldn't see.
Yeah.
The people that should have told him. And here it is, running down sweat rivulets, and he has no idea it's going on, and nobody, even the cameraman, they should have handed him a tissue or something and said, "What? Do something."
It was
Instead, just
distracting,
sitting there
wasn't
letting
it?
happen.
It was like rivers
Oh,
of hair dye running
it
down his
killed me.
face. I'm like,
It
what the
broke
hell
my
is
heart.
that?
I was in tears over it. I knew what it was. I've seen girls with fake tans do that before,
Yeah.
And
Don't let your tan run.
Oh my God. Yeah, before they made sure that they didn't do that, But it just broke my heart. So I couldn't even laugh because I knew what they were going to do with it. But he handled it with aplomb. I just wish he would now, let's just let it go cray, Rudy. You're distinguished. Put your cigar in your mouth and go
Yeah, I mean,
twinkle at the ladies, and they'll love you anyway. It don't
I mean,
matter.
look at Nancy Pelosi. I mean, come on, and Dianne Feinstein. That looks like a wig on her head. It just looks terrible. You're all old and wrinkled, and your hair is like dark. Stop.
They're
You know?
90. I know.
You're 90 years old. You can stop dyeing your hair now. Nobody's gonna get upset about it, right?
Because you're gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just looks terrible. Nancy Pelosi looks terrible with that hair. It doesn't look like
Well-
real hair. It looks like a wig.
Nancy hers probably is real, but lately she's been looking pretty haggard. And I think that's the weight of all of her misdeeds.
Well, you got to get it
hanging around her neck.
You got to get a close up of her face. She is old. I mean, really old. When they zoom in on her. Yeah.
She's 84, 86 now. For her age,
yeah,
she looks great. For her age. But
well,
you
I'm
have
just
to
saying,
realize she's
she's
coming up on
86.
90.
She's got dark hair. And then when they come into her face close, it just looks like fake hair.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they probably colored it. If I was her hairdresser, I'd be mad at her too and sabotage her hair. After she threw her hairdresser under the bus, remember when she got caught going in there with no mask? That was so funny.
Valerie Soros
I
says
thought that was funny.
her eyebrows are now her hairline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been
That's what I'm
pulled.
saying.
That skin's
They
been
have
pulled back so
that
many
woman
times.
so far back,
Yeah.
so taut, that they can't pull it back now anymore without it pulling over her head.
Yeah, she's had work
I'm just
done
saying,
too many
and
times.
why she doesn't get her a good set of dentures, and get somebody that give a. You know, we used to have we used cattle prods when we'd go out and brand the cows. You know, and somebody needs to have one under the camera and buzz her with that every time she sits there and chews on her false teeth. I am just saying, zap her a couple of. She'll quit real quick. I promise you.
She's always like,
Even the cows would jump.
holy cow. Yeah, Lori Lightfoot. Somebody posted a picture. Scott brings that up. Lori Lightfoot. She looks terrible now, but somebody posted a picture of her, what she looked like a few years ago. She actually wasn't bad looking.
I'm saying, did she not look a whole lot better?
Yes, she did.
That was before I guess that was before the libtards' ideology took over her soul. Because, you know, they say beauty is skin deep, but ugly is all the way to the bone. She personifies that. I'm just saying.
She went from not bad looking to like she saw Bill Clinton naked in the dark.
Well, you know why? Because what she sees in the dark is worse. She is married to Lurch, a female Lurch. Have you not seen her partner?
No.
She's 10 feet tall. Look her up on the internet and put her up there. They've got them out everywhere. She's 10 feet tall and she looks like a female Lurch.
All right, I'll look it up, and while we're doing that, I'll play
Perfect.
I'll play this funny video. Here you go.
Perfect antithesis to
Batman! Batman! Oh, come on!
I'm trying to find. I can find her, but I can't find a picture of her with her.
There was one that was on Twitter.
Oh,
but
I'm never going to find that on Twitter.
It was in the paper somewhere.
Is it? Oh God, I'm looking.
If you're not careful, you'll think it's a man. I mean, she's like a big lurch. I wish I'm not near my. I'll look when I get back near my phone.
Is she white?
I'm thinking, yeah.
Short hair?
Yep. Looks like Lurch. Tall. 10 feet tall.
She's tall. She's young, though.
Looks about 10 feet to me.
Is she young?
I didn't look that close. I don't think so.
Here's
She
a
was
picture.
Dressed like, oh, wait, hang on. I'm not near my phone. Well, go ahead and put it up there. And
I put it up. Is that
by
her?
the time I get in there.
I don't know. I'm not near my phone. Hang on just a minute. I'll walk away.
Mhm.
Just making me some tea. So if you'll give me 1 second, I'll get back into it. It's her wife. Does it say?
Well, they're standing next to each other.
Yeah, it probably is. Hang on. I'm
This
gonna get
girl's
back in there.
tall.
1 sec. Yeah. Well, I don't think she's a girl. I mean, I think she's a woman.
Well, yeah, she is. She's got gray hair, kind of gray hair, short. I don't know.
Yes. Uh-huh. That gray hair? Yeah, that's probably her. But they're like Mutt and Jeff as far as height goes. We're going to get back to my phone. I walked away for a minute. I was cheating and making me some hot tea because it's been so cold here for us.
Somebody sent a link, but I think you got to go.
I
through
started
the
to
whole
call
thing.
and ask y'all to send the ARC. We needed it this week. That's for darn sure. I think we got an inch in like 20 minutes one day.
Oh, someone
I think we
says
had
yeah,
about 8.
yes, that's her. So a couple people in the chat said that's her.
Female alert. Poser.
Oh, Boogie Bumper! Thank you for the Ninja Genie, Boogie.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Wow, holy shit! Oh man, a Ninja Genie. Wow.
Fun.
Holy shit. Thank you, Boogie.
I
Happy
don't
New
know
Year,
what a Ninja
Boogie.
Genie is, but it sounds very ninja-like. I
Happy
like that.
Happy New Year to you, Boogie, and everybody else, and Mrs. Boogie. And all the boogers. So weird night, huh? So what else is going on? Nothing really going on, is there?
There's so much. It's like, okay, now what do you want to talk about next? It's mind-boggling, and I think we're just kind of on the cusp of everything kind of coming together. The proverbial house of cards is about to come tumbling down. I'm hoping.
Well, I guess we just have to wait until Tuesday because I guess nobody really knows anything until Wednesday. Rather, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
A lot of proof has been put out there already. We do know a lot of things, but I think we need more of. I think that there's going to be more that's going to develop and come out.
Well, there's a lot
in
of
a way that it's going to make sure that a lot of the normies get
a lot
to see some of
of
this.
guessing going on about what Mike Pence will do because it basically all hinges on Mike Pence. That's why, you got to be careful out on Twitter land. There's a lot of people saying that, like an article, they were sharing that Pence was being walked out in handcuffs, which is, that really didn't happen.
We don't know for sure.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, we just don't know for sure. But it sure is going to be fun getting to see, isn't it? We get to be flies on the wall. And think about it. The thing that I don't think that we celebrate enough, because it doesn't matter which side of the spectrum you fall on, is, Sandra and I talk about this a lot, just how lucky we are to get to have ringside seats to some of the most exciting times in history.
It's
I
probably
think I would have wanted to be back in the times where you got your head chopped off, but
it's probably going to be an all-day event Wednesday. A lot of boring procedural stuff to start. I'm sure the Democrats will try to procedure the thing out for as long as they can. Come up with a bunch of bullshit that just drag it out.
I just want to see what Turtle's been doing with Pelosi, because they're trying to avoid, having a 24-hour diatribe of all these people getting time up there to voice their their concerns. And my
Yep.
understanding is Turtle and Pelosi have been dealing behind the scenes and putting pressure on people. So
Yep. They're trying
we
to
should
change
be
the
real
rules
careful.
of the House and Senate, too.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they sure are. So I'm anxious to see what transpires with that because, you know, I just think we need to all remind him that we're watching. We're going to see. He and Pelosi ain't sliding nothing past us this time. We are awake, and you can't put us back to sleep now. Just saying. You know, it's like, have you, as a kid, did you ever get your mom irritated at you? You know, doing something wrong?
I never did.
You try, yeah, I know. And you try to be real careful about that thing, and then you accidentally do something else that pisses her off, and it throws her over the edge, and she just comes unglued and whoops you. Well, that's what they're trying to avoid, and it ain't going to work.
I don't know what you're talking about, Doc. That never happened to me.
I know you were such an angel.
That's right.
Imagine.
That's right.
It would be me that did not know that because I really was an angel back then. Did y'all see those ugly things that they were saying about Louis Gohmert? I wanted to pluck their heads off. I like Louis.
Yeah, he's that lawsuit thing, though, that was a little odd because it constitutionally has to go through Congress. The lawsuits are kind of a waste of time. And I think everybody kind of knew
they were
that.
doing it for other reasons. It was dismissed because of his lack of standing. It wasn't dismissed because of the merit. And, you know, it still got it on record.
What the court basically
and
said is you got to
made a
wait for
statement.
Congress first on Wednesday, right? You got to wait for Congress first on Wednesday and then go from there. Then you can talk about.
Well, yeah, because they're saying he
Yeah.
did not have standing.
Yeah. It's basically up to Congress, and it's been that way since the beginning.
I don't believe the purpose for him doing it.
The courts were never going to
So-
touch it anyway, so.
No, they don't want a political hot potato
No.
because they're all traitors, and it's very easy to see that at least a couple of them, probably more, are compromised, and we've seen that over and over and over again. I mean, anybody that could see the way that John Roberts voted with Obamacare and not see that he was clearly compromised at that point in time, and then everything he's done since, and all the things swirling about him, and you know, if
Hey, y'all, this Jiggy
what
Jones.
Lynn Wood
You know, I've been seeing a lot of
has
tyranny
been
going
tweeting
on,
out
right?
was not true, then why hadn't he sued him
Yeah.
for defamation?
Well,
So there's more coming. You know, I don't think the Pat Lady's sung yet.
I mean, right now it's a guess that his name is on that list, but because there is that John Roberts who's on Fox, and Epstein
Well, there's
did
a
fly
million other John
around.
Roberts.
Yeah,
Those
and
are the
Epstein
only
did
two.
fly
That's a
around
common
a lot of
But it
celebrities.
does also make sense, though, with it would make sense if it is true. It would make sense with his adoption things, Jeffrey Epstein things. It makes sense with the way he votes. I mean, it really fits. But I don't plug that puzzle piece in until we know for sure.
Yep. Yeah, because
You know,
we've
there's
seen a lot of that.
disinformation. It's a sob war out there.
We've seen a lot of that where people, you know, I don't like the, and I've said it before, I don't like the flying around accusations. Just because somebody tweeted something doesn't mean, until somebody's been, unless there's hard evidence and somebody's been, and somebody's been convicted or arrested even, you know, you got to wait for that. You
Which
can't
could be
just
true, but we just don't know.
Yep.
So you have to be so careful about
because
saying anything like that.
The
for sure.
pedophile thing, it flies around too much. Until you have evidence or somebody's been arrested, that's a hard thing. That's actually very harsh thing. Just like the word traitor, that's thrown around way too. It's overused. Not everything is treason. Not everybody's a traitor. There's different laws they've broken, but that doesn't mean they're a traitor, right?
It's all going to be traitor or treason. Yeah.
Right.
I agree. I think that they're oftentimes more responding to the emotion of what they think that their evil deeds has brought forth. But
there's a risk you run by throwing that out there. It's like calling everybody on the left, calling everybody a racist. After a while, it gets, okay.
It means nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Or a Nazi. Everybody's a Nazi.
Yeah.
Oh.
Although, Stretch and Gretchen does resemble. Just saying. At least the dark horse, if nothing else.
Well,
but,
they're more dictators.
If you want, whenever you want, don't forget we have that other video too that Otis posted. I don't know if everybody saw it today. When you're interested.
Oh, which one was it?
It was the other one where that same man is talking that we played on Promises Cat.
I only saw one.
Let me go get my phone. There was two. Hang on just a minute.
That one. I don't know what this one is. Hold on. Let me see what this one is. In the meantime, I'm going to play this video. Oh, that's not it. I'm going to play this video Kitty B sent us. And I'm going to run out.
Show us some good stuff.
And get another beer. So, Jigga Jones. Okay. This guy's funny.
Anyone.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Here. So, we started off this 2021. We're going to start it off on the right foot. We're going to do what
Thank you for sending the video, Kitty B.
So I got this new program called the J3. The J3 program called Jigga Jones Justice. Because, you got a bunch of tyrants running around unchecked. And everybody's too good. Nice people walk around. Oh, please, let me get my freedom back. Oh, please don't make me wear a mask. Oh, please don't put my restaurant down, right? So the thing with that is you asking somebody permission for something that they shouldn't be able to take anyway. So you need the problem is there was a restaurant over in Covina. Great dude, he pulls his car in behind the health officer and says, you can't open your business because we're worried people's going to catch the COVID-19, crazy stuff like that, right? So what he did was he pulled his car behind him, stops and says, you know what, I'm going to stop you right here. I'm not going to let nobody else be subject to your tyranny. So dude call the police out there, and the police come out there. You got to move your truck. This guy's got a job to do. Hey man, the Nazis had a job to do too. And they was following orders just like these motherfuckers, and they kept good records too, just like these motherfuckers. So, what he did was admirable over there at Covina, but he's great, but not a criminal. Because when I saw the video, the first thing I thought was like, you know what? First thing I would have done, I would have took a doggone road spike and punched his tires out. Bah! You ain't going nowhere. I ain't got to put my truck in the street. Nobody got to know who did it. You know what I'm saying? And then even that, he could have took a bike lot and done some bike lot madness like we used to do back in the day. We still doing it, right? So, criminals also have been hurt by these lockdowns. And, it's kind of be a weird kind of a come together kind of a thing because criminals have not been a good time. Ain't nobody got no money. When you go rob somebody, ain't nobody got no money because everybody been working. You can't rob no houses because everybody's still in the house. You can't rob the place. So it's going to come together good. This is not what America's about. It should be enough. You should be making enough money in America that crime don't matter to you. That's the way it should be. So me being known as the master of revenge, because when it comes to some revenge and shit, boy, I'm number one. So anyway, man, the thing is that I got nothing else better to do anyway. I'm not doing nothing. I know a bunch of people that would love to do something, but like I said, they can't break into your houses. They can't do nothing. Everybody locked down. So we need some targets. You know what I'm saying? So tell you what, if you find one of these tyrants, they give you a ticket. They give you a letter in the mail. You know, they got an email address and all that kind of stuff. This would be good, man, because tell you what, I got a website on JiggaJones.com. Go in there, click the J3 program, and say, hey, man, I got a letter from the health department. They shut me down. And when the letter from the health department's got to have a couple things on it. Got to have their name on it. Got to have a phone number and who they is on the email. So guess what? We're going to get some spam. We're going to do some research and find out who they are. Show up at their house and do something cool. Because you know what? Burglars need somewhere to break into. And if this guy's allowed to work, guess what? That means he ain't home when he's out harassing business owners. Yeah. Think about that. So we're providing opportunities for the communities. You know, so don't feel bad turning into these tyrants. Oh, they got a job to do. You know what? They shutting people down over this bullshit. So I tell you what, you want to let them shut people down, that's great. But if you don't and you want to take a stand, but you can't be the one to do it, and you don't want your fingers to point back to it, guess what? I got a lot of criminals, a lot of people I know that will bend the law a little bit, that may do something that may be a little bit sketchy.
Bend the law.
Maybe even do something illegal.
A little bit.
You remember when the banks were stealing houses from people in the foreclosure, this crazy arm loans and stuff? We went out back there in 2007, 2008, and we showed the homeowners how to get back at the banks. We got back at the banks so bad, the video we put out, they begged us and paid us to take the video down and stop selling it. That was Give Back the House. The links will be below. You know, and other stuff I did when the MTA, the Metro Transit Authority in LA, went after the homeless people, wouldn't let them ride on the thing. We went after them with the bike lots. So NYPD, New York, was doing some tyrannical stuff with the street dancers. You know, we sent them frivolous texts to their private cell phones, and they couldn't get their work done because their phone was ringing like crazy. So I'm good at putting like locks on their locks, locking their stuff up. I'll call somebody in my syndicate or people I know or even volunteers. You can click the link below and get in there. Go to JiggaJones.com, become a volunteer. You know, so this whole thing is going to be cool. All you got to do is if you're a business owner, and you can't get involved, obviously, you know, put your stuff in there. Find out, give us all the information of these people, these snitches, these people that are doing these masked police. Let us know. If you can upload videos, you can upload your tickets, anything you got, send it on there. Because once I put that out, I'm gonna put that on my network. I know some people that like to do good things and got a lot of time on their hands. So they're gonna come out and make these people's lives miserable. Because they doing it to you, they should get it done to them so they can't go out and go do no more people. They'll be too busy answering their phones. They can't go through their email. They got stuff showing up at their house. You know, there's lots of stuff going up. They're going to have so much chaos in their house, they're not going to want to mess with y'all. So, I tell you what, this is called the Jigga Jones Justice Program. And if you like it, give it a like, you know, on the thing, thumbs up, what the thing is. You know, if they ban this video, it's okay. It's still going to be on JiggaJones.com, and you can get on there, put all the information in, and we're going to get this thing done. Because nobody else is doing nothing. The police ain't doing nothing. The politicians ain't doing nothing. All the people who say, "Oh, we're gonna help you," they ain't done shit. So now it's time for a nigga and a criminal to get involved and start doing something. So guess what? If you can't do it the legal way, do it my way. Jigga Jones Justice. And I got the links below. I've done it before. You know, I fought the courts. I fought the crazy police and all that stuff that was going on. You know, so I've done it. You can go through my videos and see all the stuff that I've gotten away with. So that's okay. So if you can give me the email, the websites, whatever, and it's anonymous. We don't need to know who you are. But if you want to be notified and you want to see screenshots of funny things going to happen to these mofos, it's on like Donkey Kong, like a nigga say do. And I'm that nigga, and I say do it. It's Jigga Jones, man. Go to JiggaJones.com. Get on there. Get on the J3 program. You'll see it. It'll be like this. You know, Jigga Jones with American flag behind it. You know, it's going to be cool. It's going to be funny, and I'm going to act a fool. Let us know who these snitches are. You got somebody, oh, these people not wearing a mask. You know, let me know who they are. You know, let us know. I'll let everybody know, and it's going to be funny when we do it. Yeah, man. If you can't get revenge and laugh at it, it ain't no good.
I'm just a nigga doing what I like. I'm that nigga who stole your bike. Born in Compton, living in
The guru of ghetto.
You lost cocaine, that's all in the pot. Kryptonite, that's locked. I don't give.
I actually like that. Going after the masked people and just like flooding their email. Their phone never stops ringing with spam. That is funny. You're going to shut down a business? We'll just flood your email with spam in your
Oh, yeah.
phone and your. Oh man, he's talking about
fun ways to turn the tables that maybe we ought to think about a few.
getting back at the mask people, these health department people that are still getting a paycheck, whilst shutting down people's businesses. I'd like to get back at the liquor authority in New York, who's taken away over 9,000 liquor licenses so far.
Oh my God.
9,000.
That is amazing. They're not having anybody left to sell up there. Y'all didn't think y'all were going through the prohibition again.
If your business has lost its liquor license, just look up jigajones.com and they will get some
Really?
revenge for you. Because they got a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands with nothing else to do. That I didn't know
think that
some of the
would be
stuff.
rather
Some of the stuff he
delicious.
mentioned, I didn't know that they did that stuff, like the putting the extra locks on when they lock your.
I didn't either. Did you see that Turtle and Pelosi's mansions both got vandalized?
Yeah,
Over the
he had
weekend?
this on the video. Her garage door was vandalized, and they left
Turtle's
a pig head.
got hit too.
Yeah,
I think he's couldn't happen to a more deserving duo.
yeah. At some point, you got to start going after the people who are doing this. And he's right. That's not just doing your job. You're causing people harm now by shutting them
All
down.
right, brother. Time to pick your career.
Oh, Stefan
You
sent
need to tell
one.
me I get to pick my own job? That's a
Hold on.
holy crap.
Hold on, Stefan sent me another one. The guy's kind of the same. This is a
Boy,
different
Dallas
guy.
is going down fast.
Really?
They tweeted out saying Dallas police will no longer respond to stolen cars, criminal mischief, reckless damage, runaway kids, child custody escalations, amongst other offenses. A complete surrender to the attack on policing. Good luck, Big D.
So wait, so that's who decided that? The mayor?
Probably the mayor and the
DA?
DA is one of Soros' plants that he got elected. He's a
Jesus.
freak from California.
How can you live in these cities where they won't even investigate
I
crimes
won't.
against you now?
I'll stop going to Dallas as much as I can. to
That means somebody
do
can
business
steal your
because
car and
if they
nobody's
steal
even
your
going to
car,
respond.
You can't even call the police. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. Well, start carrying
Call your
a gun
insurance
with you.
company?
But if you carry a gun and you shoot, the DA will probably be more than happy to lock you up, right?
Oh, sure, yes. And he's also the another wacko that is not prosecuting crimes under $750. So
Jeez.
they rob you,
Yeah.
and steal your car, and they ain't gonna do jack shit about it.
Well, you see how that's working
Yeah,
out
I
in
don't think I'll
California?
be, I don't
in
know
California-
if Ken Paxton's gonna allow that.
In California, I think it's $1,500 you can loot out of a store, and they won't prosecute you. So they just show up with
I think
garbage
they-
bags now and just wipe your store out.
Yeah, they do. They do. We showed it months back when it was $750. They just took bags that they thought that they estimated $750 would fit in.
Yep.
They went in big gangs, and while the employees were sitting there, they literally carried in enough bags that they just were going up and down the rows, literally just taking every bit of the inventory. They'd fill up a bag, hand it off to the next person, and fill up another one. They had a huge gang of people that just overran the store with it.
And there's nothing you
They're
can
doing
do.
that in New York too.
What's going to happen is they're going to cause a war by allowing this to happen nonstop. People are going to get fed up. You're going to have. You ever see the movie Falling Down, where the guy just loses
that
it?
was
He
a
can't take it
depressing show.
anymore. Lost his job, can't find another job. They just kicked him aside like he was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That you're going to start seeing that people just lost everything and they can't feed their kids. They're just going to go crazy.
Well, they don't have anything left to lose.
Yep.
There's no more dangerous man.
All praise the fat horse.
Nothing left to lose.
Yep. I see the fat horse in there, fat cuck boy. Yeah, they're going to push people to a breaking point where they just say enough,
Yeah.
Can't take it anymore.
And they better start thinking about that because they're going to go in and start mowing people down and doing weird shit.
Yeah, and you don't want to see that happen because obviously innocent people will get hurt unintentionally.
Yeah. Well, and even the person doing it, think about it, it hurts their families because they're the ones get left behind with the mess to clean up and the aftermath without a breadwinner or anybody to stand up for them. But you do understand now more than ever that a person could be stripped that low. I never thought it would be possible in the United States of America because I like so many people, I think we all told ourselves, well, that could never happen in America. We've got the Constitution.
It'll never happen here. Boogie says.
What we didn't count on is the fact that the Constitution means nothing to
No.
these people.
Absolutely nothing.
They loathe the Constitution. They want it done away with.
Yep.
And they have pretty much set up a system so that it gets ignored. If they can't do away with it, they just figure they can ignore it.
They're basically wiping their ass with it every day now. They don't care. Just like New York. New York has become an unconstitutional everything they do here. Like Cuomo just signed a law that you can't sell Confederate flags. And you can't buy hate symbols or display them. Well, guess what? That's unconstitutional. You can't do that.
Yeah. No.
You can't do that.
Challenged. It's got to take somebody brave enough to stand up and say, and that was what I was saying and got my ire up so much on the other show, is we've been pushed and herded into these big box stores because, the Rona doesn't live there. You can't get it there. It just shows you again that the CCP has infiltrated every part of our society. Remember, we talked last week about the fact that Pompeo came out and warned us that, our local school boards and our local PTAs and all that kind of thing have been infiltrated by the Chinese. And more you see that the ones that they haven't infiltrated, they've gained leverage over. And, they set about methodically, they told us they were going to do it, and they set about very methodically doing it. And that was infiltrating us from within. And they've been very good at it, very successful.
And they've got it rigged, too, because if I get arrested for displaying a Confederate flag, right, which you can now, you can be arrested for displaying a hate symbol, and the Confederate flag is one of them. If I get arrested, I can't afford to fight it in court. They do that. The court system in this country is broken.
And they've
because
got a bottomless pit of taxpayer dollars to throw away at you. But you'll bankrupt yourself defending yourself.
Yeah, because every time you go to appeal it'll cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it.
Yes, it does. Yeah, criminal, and what a lot of people may or may not realize, criminal attorneys cost a lot more money than regular attorneys do. When we were testifying against that bad guy in that federal case that I was telling you about, even though we were not in the mix and not considered suspects of anything, we were just witnesses. We had to hire our own attorneys, but we couldn't hire a regular attorney. We had to hire a criminal attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a layperson, I've always been a God-fearing, tax-paying citizen and pretty much kept my nose clean. Never had any, too many negative experiences with authorities other than a few speeding tickets, but we won't go into that. Anyway,
and running buck naked down your street, that's frowned upon.
barking at people. Well, nobody's called the police on me over that one. I think they were just trying to take Polaroids so they could try to blackmail me later. But you know, that was very disconcerting to have to. I was going, why would I need an attorney when I'm going to tell y'all what the bad people did?
Yep.
I'm not going because I'm in trouble. I didn't do it. And they're going, you have to have one anytime when you appear before a grand jury.
And that's why our system's completely rigged when it comes to the justice system is rigged. I will admit it.
The criminal attorneys cost
Yep.
you more. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
It was outrageous.
Yep. And then
And I had to pay for his plane ticket to fly with me, too.
you know, the fight displaying your Confederate flag in New York State, even though it's unconstitutional to even write that law and pass it, it could cost you $1 million. It could cost you $1 million before you get to the Supreme Court.
And you're not even fighting a law, Phil.
Right. Well, it is a law
They
now here,
didn't
but
pass it. Oh, well,
yeah,
yeah.
they passed it.
I mean, it wasn't. And I don't know. I just have serious doubts about the constitutionality of that. I'm just saying.
It's unconstitutional. You can display a Nazi flag. There's
It's what
nothing.
free speech is.
The Constitution, the Supreme Court already decided you can burn the American flag. It's free speech, right?
Yes.
So
Exactly.
if you want to display any flag you want, now the law is very ambiguous in New York too. If somebody decides that you put up a flag, say I put up the flag of Boogie Stan, right? Boogie's got those flags, the Boogie Stan flag, and they think it's a hate symbol, I can be arrested for that if I don't take it down. So it's based on someone's feelings of whether they feel offended and feel like it's a hate crime.
Uh-huh.
Which I'm against hate crimes. They should get rid of that. Total
I
bunk.
agree. It's either against law or it's not.
Right. There's one set of laws. That's it. There shouldn't be special laws based on your skin color or anything like that.
Yep. But see, then that doesn't fit with their narrative of trying to pit the races and the sexes and everybody against each other. Got to have that special little
Right. That's what affirmative
Make it
action's
seem
all
like
about.
Everybody's so bad and mean.
That's what affirmative action's all about.
Exactly.
Not the best person for the job. It's the best color.
Now they're requiring a diversity on
Movies.
companies' boards of directors.
Yeah. Yep.
Whether they're qualified or not, they are trying to start. I was reading something about it on Fox Business this week, I think it was, and they were talking about that. That now they are going after the boards of directors to try to make them hire people regardless of their expertise based on their skin color or their sex.
Well, I'll tell you why they rammed that hate symbol law through in New York State. Remember what was going on right when they rammed that through? Cuomo was being accused of sexual assault on a staffer. That story went away after he passed that law. Isn't that amazing? Rammed that thing right through in the middle of the night.
So convenient.
Yep. Distraction.
Wasn't that also about the time or just shortly thereafter his book came out?
Yep.
As well?
Well, no, his book
If
came
I
out
remember
a
correctly?
few months ago. His book came out about
Oh,
how
was
he's
it
a great
before
leader.
That?
Yeah.
That was when he was deflecting from all the old people that he
Yep.
killed.
The
when
COVID
he,
deaths, yeah.
Murdered when he sent the COVID
Yep.
positive patients in. Which my understanding is it's still going on today. I don't
So
know if
every
people
time
know
this
that or not.
guy sees any trouble, he rams through a woke law in New York State to
That
deflect away from him. Well, I told the whole story about how SUNY nanotechnology, the leader, the guy in charge of it all, was arrested for corruption from Cuomo's anti-corruption task force. The guy stole millions and millions of dollars, right? And a bunch of other people. They were all tied to Cuomo. Where'd the task force go? He disbanded it, right? Right, because they were saying that these guys were all connected to Andrew Cuomo, so he disbanded the task force. Nobody said a word about it.
Convenient. Nobody says a word.
No, because he's like a mobster in New York. If you go against him, he will ruin your life.
Well, yeah. Look what he does. Look what he does if you do anything that he doesn't like, any speech he doesn't like.
Yep.
Oh dear God, y'all. That just shows you why it's so important that we stand up now. We are not going to survive to stand up ever again. If we don't get America up on its wobbly knees to stand against this tyranny, we're never going to get another chance. They're going to have us so down, they are going to be able to beat the ever-loving pulp out of us. I mean, this thing again, and I'm just flabbergasted about what's going on in New York about them, you know, taking people and detaining them if they think they're a COVID risk.
Yeah, that means they can do it to anybody. So if Cuomo hears this podcast and I'm talking about what a piece of shit he is, which he is, they could come here and say, you're a COVID risk and arrest you. I mean,
yeah.
And haul you away.
Child away from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take your child away from you.
Here's that one video Karen sent me flaccid sent.
Time to pick your career in the Army. You mean to tell me I get to pick my own job? Absolutely. Holy crap. You have 31 Bravo. Yeah, you kind of look like a snitch. Infantry. What is that? The best damn job in the Army is like Boy Scouts meets Call of Duty. Does it come with an enlistment bonus? Does it come with an enlistment bonus? Come on, man. We're the Army. Wow, that Camaro you bought. Say no more. Where do I sign? On the dotted line. Oh, man, at least I get to spend my money, man. I can't wait to spend that. I got your ass now. You won't be needing these? Here you go. Now get your fat ass on that bus. Now! You know you done fucked up, right? But... Hurry up. Get up. Massage. Enjoy your 16-week vacation at Fort Benning. Okay. So what kind of job opportunities will be available for me after I get out the Marines? None. But we do prepare the fuck out of you to be homeless as shit. Seriously? But hey, you'll still be a Marine. Well, Semper Fi, motherfucker. So how about that task you said I had to do? Here in the Marines, we have all-you-can-eat crayons, slow promotions, and cool-ass uniforms. Oh, and standard issue pistols. Standard issue? Damn right. No way. That's more of a yes way. Man, I tell you. In order to move on to the next step of the Air Force's enlistment process, we need to find out what your intellectual capacity is. Here's a Bible and a calculator. We need you to find out if the mother of all bombs is 11 tons of TNT, how big would the blast radius be if it was dropped from Jesus' doorstep? You know what? Never mind. I knew you wasn't Air Force material. Here's an easier task. Take this phone book. I need you to determine if a fighter jet is flying 400 miles an hour from Dallas to Memphis, how many rounds of golf can one airman play in that allotted time? You know what? Just leave. Just leave. These are simple third-grade level questions. How can you not answer this? Just get out. Get out now. Go. Petty Officer Dingleberry, it's absolutely great to sit down and talk about the Navy's opportunities. I know there's a lot of them. Well, thank you for coming, because there's going to be a lot of that next coming years, if you know what I mean. So, what is it about the Navy that's, that separates you guys from the Army? In the Navy, I can put you in any job that you want, even if it blows, if you catch my drift. We also let you try on our uniforms before you enlist. Look at you looking like a whole snack. Now do this. And do what now? In the Navy, we love to boogie and drink and party. What does this have to do with job title? There you go, just like that. What's the name of the job title again? So what you're saying is this is a cop in the Navy? Oh yeah, totally. Are you serious right now? What? You look gorgeous. You know what? I'm starting to think you're trying to dress me up like the village people. And I don't think this is appropriate anymore. I gotta go.
Come on, big fella. Don't leave. We want you in our Navy.
Your mom? Yeah. Can you pick me up, please?
All right. Well, Doc, it's almost 11 o'clock already. We filled 2 hours.
You've had all of me. You can stand tonight. You did not even say, no, Doc, no, this is fine. Well, it's been a good night. And I think that
Thank you for
I think we've got a big week ahead of
What
us.
the hell kind of country is this where
Yeah,
I can
we'll
only
see,
hate a man if he's white?
We'll see. Oh, thank you for the Diamond Coffee Talk with Sandra. What'd she say here? Don't forget, guys, YouTube is probably going to be a no-go pretty soon here. If you're watching on YouTube, Periscope is going down. Probably the beginning of March, we'll just get right off Periscope, and I'm going to try to get us onto Pure Social. We'll be on DLive still, Twitch still. I don't know how much longer we will last on YouTube. We're one strike away from being off, so, and that'll probably come pretty quickly here in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do I look like
yeah,
I
get
know
ready
what
to
Dave
go over
Yankee is?
to somewhere else beside
Dang hot dog.
Periscope.
Periscope and
Unfortunately,
YouTube, we've got to become less dependent on them. So, good time to start practicing.
Yeah.
Up to March.
yeah, and the Periscope
Right now,
thing is going to be there,
saying.
but it's going to be hooked into to Twitter. We'll lose our, if they take us down for something, we'll lose our
Yeah.
Twitter accounts too. So,
Hey, Yank,
Yep.
I sent you, as we leave, I think it'd be good to remind everybody, anybody that can, I think you should go on January 6th. If I could be there at all, I would be. I cannot go, but I'm telling you, if anybody can go and support our president, I really encourage them to. I sent you a video that Dan Scavino just put out an hour ago. We might play it on the way out. It's about the March for Trump on the 6th.
also,
you don't
Grandma
mind.
says that Joe Biden's inaugural parade was canceled, but
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, the Biden campaign said they did it because they don't want COVID, blah, 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 whatever.
Mm. Well,
Which fits in
we
with
all know
his
what the truth is.
campaign with his stupid circles and on all that crap. He's trying to make like he's the COVID captain now, whatever. But,
Mm.
you can't keep playing this scam on people when you got de Blasio dancing with his wife in Times Square and no one else is allowed to go. It's just not working for people. People are furious about that. That was a good optics right there, right? Nobody can come, but my wife and I,
But my wife and I,
yeah,
we
my wife,
had a private dance
yeah.
while all you little people watched us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, the height of hubris.
Now, what'd you send me, Doc? Where is it?
Dan Scavino, I s- in Twitter
Okay.
DM. Dan Scavino did a new video about the March for Trump on the 6th. And I think that is a good way to go out. And I'm so glad everybody came to join us tonight. We had fun. And pray for our nation, pray for our president, and look every day where you can stand up for your rights, because oftentimes I think we don't even think about it. We just do what we're told without thinking about the fact that they're slowly but surely stripping us. So it's time. We cannot avoid it any longer. You've got to pick a side and be passionate about
the way that you fight for it in your everyday life. Live loud, live large, and make sure that you encourage others to do the same, because oftentimes if you have the courage to do it, then it gives other people the courage.
By the way,
So
did
keep
you
that in mind.
see our, before we do the video and head on out, did you see our stats for last year? No, you didn't pay attention to it, did you?
Which stats, baby?
What we did last year. Well, but what Winning TV did last year as a whole.
No, I did not.
Hold
I
on.
missed that
Let's see if I
somehow.
can find it. Where the hell did it go? Hold on.
Yeah, that's true. I was just reading a girl, and she tweeted, "If you have no fear, then no one has power over you," and that is the darn truth.
Oh, let me move this over and I'll show everybody. Last year, Winning TV was had 174 streams, streamed for 335 hours, and we're in the top 86% or 90%. Top 95% of streamers. We stream more
on
than
which platform?
on all of them combined.
Oh,
So we
Very
we were
cool.
more active than 90%, 7% of Restream users. Streamed more than 95% of Restream users. So we had 335 hours and 13 minutes on the air last year.
fighting for the truth. Yay! Way to go, Yankee. How exciting.
Almost as
'Cause
much
you know
as Boogie
what?
Bumper. Boogie Bumper was like 343 hours.
Well, you know what? The thing about it is, if we've encouraged one person, if we've changed one mind, if we've made a difference in any way, it was worth it, because I just don't want to look at Haley and my future grandchildren that I hope to have someday, and tell them that I didn't do everything in my power and fight with everything in my soul to save their future.
Alrighty. Well, here's
So
the last.
Thanks for having me.
Here's the last video you sent me. Whoop! It froze because it's a Twitter video. Why does it keep doing that? Twitter. Let's see if it runs all the way through. Twitter's doing something with these videos.
Well, you know why? Because it's POTUS's video.
Yeah, it stops. It stopped, 4 times?
At least.
All right. Well,
So
that's
y'all
it.
be there, be square.
We'll see you on Tuesday night at 6:30, and then Thursday night with Victor Von Schroom at 6:30, and then next Saturday at 8 o'clock.
That's right.
I don't
be
know.
there, be square.
I don't know if we're going to do anything Wednesday unless something huge happens.
Something huge happened. Maybe we might pop on.
Right, might pop on if something huge happens on Wednesday. We'll have to see. I don't know. I think it's going to be not Wednesday. I think they're going to drag this thing out with a bunch of procedural crap on Wednesday. So we'll see.
It's going to be exciting.
Knowing Nancy and Mitch McConnell, they'll have something to try to drag the thing out so people give up, right?
Mm-hmm. But you know what? We aren't. We're not going to give up. We're going to fight.
So we'll have to
So,
see. Yeah, well, we
we'll
might
see.
be on Wednesday. We don't know. We'll see. Thank you for all the lemons, Kitty B, and everybody else who sent lemons. Appreciate it.
Yes. We love y'all. Be sure and come back and see us next week.
Don't forget,
Hopefully a lot of our gang will be back.
tonight,
You
I
won't be
think you
stuck with
got
just me and no Phil.
Joya Passy tonight at midnight, and tomorrow night, Sunday night, shit show. Monday night, Boogie Bumper, and then Tuesday I'll be back, and I'll tell you the
Sunday
rest
night.
Wednesday. Or I'll
Don't
tell you
forget
the
Coffee
rest.
Talk with Sandra's on Sunday nights too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Um,
she was on.
She and Jimmy do Coffee Talk Presents Late Night with Sandy and Jimmy, and they come on at, I want to say 8 p.m. Central Time is what I want to say, or 9. But I'm not sure if they're starting it this week or not, so you'll have to check and see.
Oh, and I
It's a good
forgot.
show.
Although Rusty's been all over the map,
Rusty has
I think he's got
a
tomorrow
standard
night,
time of,
right?
like, yeah, and at 10:30 Eastern Time.
Yeah, I think
10:30
so.
p.m. Eastern.
Yep. So go over and enjoy the All Praise the Fat Horse at midnight tonight with Joya Passy and have some fun.
You're gonna laugh.
Yeah. They are pretty funny.
All right.
All right, guys. We'll see you Tuesday.
Bye, y'all. Come back and see us again. Night, Yank.
Good night. Thank you for the follow. D-ball money. Money. All praise the fat horse.
Well, that sounds great. Nothing ever bad comes from being put on a list by government. They're doing it to keep me safe. They're protecting me. Thank you for keeping me safe.
But why are you farming for coins when you have a heavy bag?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
But only for tomorrow.
All praise the fat horse.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Aye.
You know what happened in the evening when you started to fade away. Now my heart says you're leaving. you